What's up, everybody? I'm your host, the Appalachian American. With me, as always, is my boy Tommy Gunn.
Woo!
Woo! Giggity.
No, that ain't half bad.
Do what?
That ain't half
is.
bad.
It's
It's got a little
pretty good,
kick
man.
to it.
It's not bad. I like it.
I think we're
not
drinking
bad.
it right there. I think you got to take it to the face.
Yeah, you're supposed to bring it right across yonder.
If
He
you go
woke
yourself,
up
I'm sure
in
there's
the
a friend out there that can
morning.
help you.
That guy in the top corner with the hat and sunglasses is the super fan Adam Shawhan.
Hello, and look, I love the chair that's empty underneath me. That's funny. I could put my feet on that chair and rest.
Yeah, I'm digging that hat.
As you said, ooh, the peach is pretty good. It's peach.
I might try that.
AKA Blues Brother.
Got that Blues Brothers vibe, yeah.
I know. It works, right? Not too bad.
And then that special man hidden from everybody, the prime mover.
I'm the prime mover and moving to shake. Shaking to move, moving to shake. Don't have my twisted tea, but I got my mobile oil.
Ooh, that's an awesome mug. Holy crap, dude, I love that.
Thank you.
Where'd you get it?
I think it was a Kroger sale, so props to Kroger.
And then finally back in his chair, Channel Dad Brian Late. Thanks a lot, Late. Thanks a lot.
Nice.
Love it. Love
Guess
it.
you didn't want to say an intro.
Well, it took him a minute. It's all right.
Oh, hold
Look at
on.
that.
I got everybody twice. Why is that?
Pensive
I don't know.
look on his face.
It's confusion.
I've now heard Seth say, guess you didn't want to intro 3 times.
Well, I guess you didn't want to intro.
Come on, Lape. Talk
Say
to
something
her.
funny.
Give us words of wisdom.
Oh, nice.
Crack your bad boys open and drink it.
Man, why'd you get the small can? The big one's got a bigger punch.
He's got 2 of them, so it makes up for the big one.
I got a variety pack, Chester.
Dude.
Some of us were
I
on
wish I'd have
time
got
for the
more.
pre-show, and you would have known that.
I wish I'd have got more. I was expecting not to like it, so I only got one.
Yeah.
I haven't had this in years. Actually, this is made by Sam Adams, so
Nice.
Oh, is it?
Wow,
Yeah.
something from Sam Adams that I don't hate.
You better not hate Sam Adams. Are you kidding me? He's a
pretty-
founding father.
oh,
I
that's
mean,
bitter.
Water shit.
The beer.
Was I supposed to shake it first?
No.
Yeah.
Supposed to poke a hole at the bottom and
It's
then
not carbonated, Smarty Pants, so it's not going to explode.
Yeah, that's what that guy in the video that we opened up with thought too.
till it hits
Well,
his
when you get
cranium.
by the head- Yeah, I didn't realize that. I saw that video, but I didn't realize that was wow, that is bitter. A can of
check this out.
twisted tea.
Check this out.
So what did that guy do? He kicked at the.
He called the dude the N-word.
Told him to hit him.
Oh, is it a black guy that hit him?
Yeah.
No, I never even noticed.
I think he's mixed.
Yeah, he's real
Okay.
light skinned, but nonetheless, like, you just don't call somebody that word.
Well,
Didn't
what
say hit
provoked? What started that? I mean, Was
The
he not
dude
wearing
was
a mask
probably-
or
it was
something?
Probably a Monday, and the dude was just wanting to talk crap to somebody. Because he
Some
started
skinny-
before he said it. He started talking crap to the cashier and everything.
Skinny white dude looking for a smackdown.
He
thought
looked
he
like
was
Mel was
down.
most wanted.
Yeah, it was a victim looking for a smackdown. That's what.
Got it.
So we got the prime Cecil now.
That's correct, sir.
Was he?
You from here? You a clown.
Yeah, the way he's holding it, he's just like, say it again, Whitey.
He's gonna Babe Ruth him. Here it comes. He's calling his shot.
Fumble.
Oh, he drops it. So he just flipped it and dropped it.
Yeah, you got yours, buddy.
And then here comes the hugging fight.
Call me another fucking nigga.
Oh, no, I didn't see that part. Oh,
Call me another nigga.
I didn't see him getting like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Let me show you what it's like in jail, big boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me show you how Ty takes care of you.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Now, this is why you do squats, because then you could just stand up with him on his
I
back.
asked you to call me a nigga.
See, if someone would have just done that to Eminem, he'd be a decent person.
I don't know
Now we
about
got the
that.
Twisted Tea meme, and that's all that matters.
I'm hoping the raspberry's better. Yeah, we're going to review all 4 of those flavors. It has
Which one did
raspberry.
you-
It does
which
have
one did you
blueberry.
start with?
Huh?
What did you start with?
Half and half.
That's what I got. It's actually decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Kinda
the half
big.
and half.
They said you
Either
got
one of them is
raspberry.
I
Well,
got raspberry, yeah. But
Yeah, I
just
got one of
didn't
those
have
too.
it to drink it.
Not raspberry, blueberry. Or this has the original lemon, half and half. This is the raspberry.
Oh, let me go
Raspy.
get my other ones.
Raspberry
Nothing like
So
some
you can do
raspberry.
some woodworking.
and blueberry, I think. So I
This
didn't
is
know
Christmas blend.
we were doing a
Starbucks
tribute to the
Christmas
Blues
blend.
Brothers tonight. Sorry.
Well, you'd have to pay attention to the last couple streams we've all done.
Yeah, I
You
got
have to participate.
raspberry.
Tommy got all kinds.
Wow, he's got the tall boys too.
Mhm.
Tall boy.
What are those,
Tall
20,
And I got
22
blueberry.
ounces?
And
Those
then
22
another half and half.
24.
24.
24.
Holy crap. Yeah, these are just 12, I think.
Hey,
That's
I'm
a
a
lot
little
of
hefty.
tea.
For something to kick in, it's got to be a little bigger than this.
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
Oh,
giggity.
Yes. So what are we talking about
Lord
tonight? I
Jesus.
didn't read the email.
What email?
Yeah, I ended up talking to my wife too long. That's why I was late getting back.
You weren't that late. You beat Tommy.
Tommy was
So,
late.
Prime, what the heck is that? You got rubber band to your microphone.
It's a light. It's a
Oh.
little reading light, but batteries have all gone out, so
Okay.
gotta change a battery. Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, check the indie poster over here.
Are you jumping or is it your camera?
Oh, I'm just my legs. I
Okay.
had a little drum action on
Got
some Rammstein.
Ramscheid.
Rammstein.
If I do that, I'll lift my whole desk.
is this
Thing.
stuff good?
I don't know.
L-carnitine.
Oh,
It's an amino acid.
Yeah.
For
my
what?
cousin said it worked to cut weight.
Cut weight.
Yeah.
How come I don't want to believe that?
Because it's
That's
an
what she
amino
took.
acid.
She lost some weight. She said that's what she was taking.
You sure
That
it wasn't
and
just like
detox,
one less
unless you
cheeseburger
was
from
full of
McDonald's?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it helps the
Speeds up
body
your
turn
system.
helps the body turn fat into energy. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you cut your sugar, any sugar intake. Sorry, I have to move out of the way with my dog, who's now coming in. So now I'm gonna have stinky wet
And not
dog.
just sugar, you
But
need
you had to fart or
carbs, too.
something.
So sugar, carb intake.
No, that was like this. Am I gonna go? I have to turn my. Yeah.
Oh.
Do I trust this one?
Yeah. That I don't shard it.
Yep.
Us
Yeah.
old guys, we got to get, we got to get in charge of our gaseous output.
Don't pass up a bathroom.
No.
Never trust a fart. Don't
Like,
waste
you
an
got a
erection.
beard of the week? Or were you just going to do Twisted for the beer of the week?
Oh shit! I forgot about that. I did get some
Wait.
New Belgium triple, so I could, but I don't have any with me down here.
Okay, I
What?
got to tell a story. It's a really self-deprecating story, but I was at Ollie's the other day looking for some bargains, and I missed my opportunity to hit the bathroom. I was there, and as of late, I'm like a sieve, right? So I get in the car, and then I'm like, it all starts to to really get to that pressure, and I started to walk back, and I knew I wasn't going to make it, so I just sat in the car and just let go, all over my pants.
Ooh.
It was bad. And then I had to kind of, I know it's a bad story, but you know what? Don't ever have one of those days. Don't ever pass up a
With or without
bathroom.
pens?
What's that?
Was that with or without Depends?
I'm not there yet, but I think after that event, I think I'm going to go invest in a package.
I was. I bet your wife said you're wearing them from now on. Get on that diaper.
Well, I had to get home and clean everything off, and it was a sad day at the prime mover household. So, just thought I'd, with the little drinking that we're doing and not passing up a bathroom, don't ever do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm good now. That's why I hide my face in shame.
It's okay. We won't judge you.
Yeah, you will. You already did.
Not at all. I just asked if that was pre or pre-depend.
No depends at all. No, I'm not there yet.
Yep. Things that make you go, I
Things
might
that make you
need
go.
that.
So it was just number one. It wasn't number two. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
It's come to the point now where you used to cough to hide a fart. Now you're farting to hide a cough.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to watch them farts.
Well, now if you cough, they think you got COVID. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta, So you gotta let one rip. You gotta let one rip.
I went in public today, so that's not normal for me. Like, I don't go in public. I don't like public because people are fucking stupid. But I went in public so I could go get this tea because I agreed. I thought that'd be kind of fun for us all to kind of, sip on something new. For those of us that had not tried, like Tommy and myself and, Channel Dad.
I haven't either.
I didn't think you had either, but you cheaped out. You only bought the original. You only bought one. You party pooper. But
Come
no,
on
I
now.
like it.
At least he participated.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I
My
still thought
wife
it was
was
a cool
like,
idea for the show.
"You're not gonna like it," and I was like, "Oh, all right."
No, they're not bad.
This is
Yeah,
one you
it's
could
good.
drink after mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It is
with-
refreshing. I used to
ice,
drink
it'd
them in
be
the
really
90s.
good. We are not sponsored by Twisted Tea unless they
We
want
should
to
be sponsored by Twisted Tea, but we are not sponsored, not brought to you by. It's just us having fun because, well, that's kind of what we do. But yeah, I went into public today, and me being me, it's the first still, yeah? So it's January 1st. I'm like, no. The wife's like, well, there's a sign that says you got to wear a mask. I said, let's see how many people come up and say something to me. So
A Blues Brother, they would never mess with you.
not one person. Nobody came up and said shit. I wore no mask. I gave no fucks. 0 fucks given. Sorry, sus mom. But I went in. Nobody said nothing. I go, that's what the problem is. There's not enough of me's around. Because if every person going into that grocery store just said, we ain't going to wear a mask, and walked in and bought their groceries and walked out, what are they going to do? Say, I'm sorry, you can't buy groceries? Oh, okay. I guess you don't want this $37.50 times, however many people.
They will do that at
You
It's
bought
like their own
$37 worth of Twisted Tea?
No. I went to the liquor
Damn,
store.
dude.
I went to the liquor store for the Twisted Tea because you could buy them individually. I didn't do a lape and buy
Alrighty.
a box because I was like, let
So
me
what
try
grocery
it
store
first.
was this?
I
What
wanted to
grocery
try it
store?
to make sure I liked it.
What grocery store was this?
Martin's.
Yeah, I never heard of them.
Yep.
You don't have a Kroger up there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, get yourself some Kroger.
that's where I get my scripts, and I sent pictures out where I was in line getting my prescriptions, no mask because I don't wear a mask at Kroger's either. Like I don't wear one. I refuse to. I'm like I don't go out in public enough that it should matter. In the last 11 months, I've been out in public maybe 5 times. And 3 of those 5 times were for doctor's appointments.
Oh, I thought it was funny. I was in the mall today, and the guy, there was a guy not wearing a mask, and I wasn't either. But every time someone would pass him wearing a mask, he'd make a sheep sound. He'd go, bah, bah. And they'd just look at him, wouldn't say nothing, keep walking. And then at the end, he got to the door, and he goes, y'all are all sheep.
Sheeple! You bunch of sheep.
Yeah,
And
man.
then he laughed with everybody laughing.
I mean, guys, remember when it was supposed to be 2 weeks in February of 2020? And
Yeah,
here
but
we're in
that's not the
January in
aim.
2021, and we're still dealing with the same shit. Nah,
That's
I'm
not
good.
the aim. They want to destroy the
Where'd the lake go?
He'll be
they
back.
want to destroy the economy. That's
Yep.
part of their goal.
All right, did you get a hold of the beer of the week? Late?
No. Now I'm trying to share something. I apparently there's a Twisted Tea Canada, and it comes in both. See, this is a malt liquor, but they're made from malt, we'll say. But they also have a vodka-based version in Canada.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to share the screen for, and then everything went
Wonky.
bonkers. Here, let's see if that works. See what that looks like.
Yep.
Because it on their website it says they started in Cincinnati in 2001. Well, Sam Adams is in Cincinnati, so
I didn't know that. Thought it would have been up in Boston.
that's where their small brewery is. But yeah, their largest brewery the first brewery they bought, because they were just contract brewing everywhere else, was here in Cincinnati.
Who is the Boston Beer Company?
It's
That's
Boston
the one that
Beer
makes
Company, Sam Adams.
Sam
Okay,
Adams.
it says it's an affiliate of the Boston Beer Company.
That
Oh.
and the Angry Orchard too.
So, what
Oh.
type of alcohol is used in Twisted Tea?
Malt should be malt.
Malt? What is that?
Like beer.
It's like beer, but they might distill it so that they get rid of the coloring. No, I can't read this writing. So I'll hold
we
it up
got a
maybe.
shout out.
Oh, Collector
shout
Express.
out.
What's up, man? What's up, dude?
What's
Hey.
up, Collector Express?
Yeah,
Toy guy.
how I didn't get a chance to listen because I ended up at my parents' house a lot later than I thought we were going to be on Christmas. How did that show go last week?
Really good. Damn near
Toy.
4 hours good.
Oh, okay, the toy show.
Every last Friday is our toy talk.
Here's my dramatic cam. What? What's up there?
High capacity assault tees. No, I got the compact version. They got the high capacity. This is the conceal and carry.
Yeah, that's it. And the other one's the high cap.
It's either
7
that or
rounds
the
versus
Poor Lake
the
picked up the
21
Curly
rounds.
version, and we've got the Menly version because it's manly.
Well, when you only have
Man,
7
brutal.
rounds, you better be able to shoot better.
That's right.
Adam, do you got a meme of the week?
I actually had put that up earlier, but yeah, I do. Let me see if I can get this bad boy to work.
That's it, Brian TV. Wow,
Hey,
I used to
what's
know
up,
a guy
Brian?
that spelled it I-O like that.
That's how his name's spelled.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's not gonna fly. Get out of here.
Well,
It is
Tommy,
the
while
men's
he's,
room.
I'll go look up that. I don't know. Yeah, I had some various Sam Adams beers this week that my brother gave me. They're all horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Where can I find Honey Porter? Are they out of production? Because that to me is the best Sam Adams they've ever made. Honey Porter.
Man, that's something I haven't seen. In
Remember
years.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it was so good.
Mm.
It wasn't an ale. It was more brown, but
It's an ale.
it's an ale. Okay, but
Well,
it
that's
was
in the ale
just-
family. So the ales and lagers are based on the type of yeast used.
Okay. Now a black, what is it? A Guinness? Is that what is that? An ale?
But it's a stout.
Like a
That's in
stout,
the ale
yeah.
family.
Yeah, yeah. But man, oh man, if you ever wanted to taste one of the best beers that Sam Adams made, was the Honey Porter.
Not a big fan of honey stuff.
Well,
Jack Daniel's honey sucks. I'm sorry.
But it was Jack Daniels, because in reality, Jack Daniels sucks.
Yeah,
It-
Jack Daniel sucks.
I like their their holiday special one. I can't remember what it's called, but I actually like that one.
Although their Southern Comfort is like the best nog that I've tasted.
Yeah, that's true. Well, besides
Yeah.
the one that comes in the glass jar.
Yeah, dude.
I tried. You know what? I tried that creamery one. The what's it?
Yeah.
Holla.
Homestead.
And yeah, because they have it here at the Krog.
Oh, you got it
um,
there too?
I have it down here too.
Dang,
and-
man.
It was $3.25. They were trying to get rid of them, and then you also, when you return the bottle, you got $2.
Yep.
So basically, it came out to $1.25, and it was good, but it wasn't as good. And I hate to say it, as the I'm serious because that's kind of a
wrong. That's cool.
kind of a unique thing.
It's cool.
It's the Southern Comfort nog was the best. It's just like
I will admit, I keep Southern through the whole holidays. That's what I keep in there.
Southern Comfort's cheaper, but
it is. But actually, it came out to be the same price as the Creamery one, Homestead, right?
Yeah.
It just seemed a little thicker. I like the thickness. That's what she said.
He's like a little heavy on the tongue.
Giggity.
Now see, so you like it thick?
I like it. Yeah. See, there's this new thing called oat milk, and they have like extra creamy. I buy that because I want it really thick.
Toby.
Speaking of thick,
Giggity.
God.
Oh.
yeah, look at that thickness. Giggity goo goo.
Okay, somebody with that can share screen. Google Jean Arthur. Jean Arthur.
Jean.
Yeah, Jean Arthur. She's
We
a
got
silent
Jean,
movie 30s actress, 40s actress. She is the most beautiful woman in the world. Look at that lady.
She looks familiar.
Classic.
What's she been in?
She was in a lot of Frank Capra movies. She was in You Can't Take It With You. It Happened One Night. She usually starred opposite Jimmy Stewart or Clark Gable. She is just gorgeous. And that's my legacy woman of the millennium.
Sweet.
I thought we talked about that before.
What's that?
I thought we talked about her before. Seems familiar.
There you go, Tommy. That's how I keep my floors so clean. Is with my wiener cleaner.
The wiener cleaner.
Oh,
You asked for
Shahan,
the
I wanted to
wiener
ask you a
wiener.
question.
I had to find it. I'm sorry it took me a minute, but then they said thick, and I had my thick file over here, and I got stuff everywhere. I got to find it because I'm not very organized. Because what do you think? I'm a professional? Get out of here.
Yeah. Question about your rescue operation that you have there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it from a profitable standpoint? Is it a labor of love more so than a profit-centered thing? Does it pay back as much as you put out?
It legitimately pays for itself. Everything we make goes right back into the dogs. Pays for their food, pays for their vet bills, pays for DNA testing. So, I mean, like at the end of the day, the only thing that we make maybe a nickel on is like the transportation aspect of it.
Okay.
So like if I'm bringing a dog to you, I look at what other people would charge to do the same, and I do it about the same, that for the same price, not really for a profit. No, I don't make any money off of this. We never have. The whole point, like all joking aside, I'll tell the jokes after, but the whole point is, especially with Dachshunds, with wiener dogs, you'll get them with hip dysplasia and bad backs and all that stuff. We DNA test ours, and like I said, I'll hold the joke till the end. We DNA test them, which is like 160 some things of their DNA, so we know how they're going to react and what's good, what's bad. If we get one that carries like a hip dysplasia, which is where their hips can go out, we don't breed those dogs at all. We just find them homes and rehome them, because quite a few of the dogs we have here were from other people, and we find them new homes. So like those dogs, we don't make any profit on at all. We just find them a forever home. That's kind of the game plan. But when it comes to ours, like Frank, his puppies and all that, the point is to give you an STD-free wiener, guaranteed, 160 STD-free. No, but I mean, legitimately, that's what we do.
I thought the jokes were going to come after.
That's
It's like he slipped one in there.
Just be
That's what
honest.
he
You
said.
just want to put a wiener in everybody's
No,
hand.
that was a question coming from Mrs. Prime Mover. So she had asked
Just
me
so
before I
Mrs.
went.
Prime Mover knows, and she'll tell you, the reason I do this is because my wiener dogs makes everybody happy.
So I just want to ask, how's your whole family?
My entire family is doing great.
Awesome. How's your dictation machine?
Well, I sent that off to Brian Lape to fix. We were having an issue. Jamming, man. It just kept jamming.
You might hook a flux.
Yingling. Yeah, Yingling.
Yep.
That's okay beer.
Mhm.
Team Jim Beam. We're going to do the long play record. Yeah, with my long play album on your record machine. That was the Who, wasn't it? My 10-inch long play record on the.
Yes, I think that was. Yeah.
Have you
keep
not
hearing
heard that,
Daltrey.
Tommy?
I've
I
heard
keep
that one.
hearing Daltrey.
Yeah.
Man, that takes me back when I was young.
When
Just
you
like
were
when you
young.
were playing
that
with
was a song
Dingling.
when your parents were young.
Yeah, exactly. You were just swimming around the nut cave.
Well, I know that, but I remember hearing it on records going to my grandparents.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
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 Records were these little discs that you could hear music on for the audience that doesn't know what a record is.
Remember, Tommy, they still want you to play with your ding-a-ling. Your ding-a-ling. Your ding-a-ling. They want you to play with your ding-a-ling.
And that's the way I like it. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Shake your booty there.
That's right. A little KC for your ass. Sorry, Seth's mom.
Always sorry, Seth's mom. You know, we're going to meet Seth's mom, and all we're going to do is get our mouths washed out with soap. She's going to be like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're gonna have some little soap action to the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice gaming chair there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a racing chair.
Man, I had one from the office, and I got some camo fabric and just camoed it.
With what type of camo? The Walmart
No,
leaf
Ah.
camo?
my wife's uncle owned a fabric store in
Oh.
Floyd, and he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I was like, just give me some camo fabric. I'll find something to do with it. I was gonna make a headliner for my truck when I had it, but I never did.
Nah, the chair's a better deal there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's busting out the vinyl. Do 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 do. Do do do.
I've seen the little car that you sit on a vinyl disc and
Oh,
it plays.
nice. Yes. Nice. That's what I grew up on. Santana, Casey and the Sunshine Band. 'Cause I
I'll
had an
be
older
honest, mine was
sister.
Elvis Presley.
There you
Yeah.
go. Best album cover of all time.
There you go. Look at that. That's when they knew how to do that. And that's real whipped cream.
I mean, it's the actual record. That's not a flat. That's the real
No,
thing.
no. You carried it like it was heavy with the record in it. This was the move, guys. This was the line that you used in the 70s and 80s, mostly the 70s. You talk to a girl and you say, "Hey, do you want to come over and play records?"
Oh, so it's
That's
like
what you-
Netflix and chill, but
Okay, yeah, but that's what you'd tell a girl, and that was, legitimately you'd come over and play records, and if you were cool, nice, not Mary Poppins, but if you were really, really cool, you could seal the deal. But
You know, make it the first, second, or maybe even third base.
nice,
yeah,
yeah,
you gotta
but
have some good music to
yeah,
get third.
you need to have some Herb Albert, going. Oh, Brett, yeah. Ain't got any Rush in there?
Oh,
It's
it's Tiger
Survivor. Man, now we're getting into the 80s and 90s. 80s. Come on, bust
And,
out Rush 2112.
No, I don't have that. Yeah, it's a combination of my records and my dad. Actually, this one, I can't remember if this was my grandfather's or my dad's.
Now that's Herb Albert, right? Isn't that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who that other one was.
Yeah.
One we got Xanadu. But
That
see,
was-
this has got ELO. It's not only got, and this is from the movie, so you got all
Right.
that crap. This was one of mine back in the day. And the Striper, that was Striper, Tommy. That wasn't. What did you say? Tiger Beat or whatever.
Tiger King, I was just making a joke.
Oh, that's
Nope.
Survivor. Eye of the Tiger.
Survivor, yeah. It's the Eye of the Tiger. They were one hit wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a few more albums, but they never really were as big as that. And then I had someone, my Sunday school teacher gave me this one.
Sean Kennedy. No, my sister had a crush. She had posters up on him about. This is like in the 70s. She was all in love with Sean Cassidy.
So anyway, they're in a box over here. All right, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna see if there's anything else worth sharing.
All right.
Nice.
So,
Did you run?
anything in movie? Did everybody see Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yay or nay?
Meh.
Nah.
The last 15 minutes were incredible.
Meh.
The last 30 seconds were incredible with the
Chubby
at the
checker.
credit scene with
Nice.
the original Wonder Woman actually guest starring, looking Linda Carter looking hot as fuck.
Way to
Why
spoil
did they
that.
actually put her in the movie?
Yeah.
If she was already got paid for being in there, why didn't they?
She
put
was
her
technically in it. You just couldn't see nothing.
She was
Yep.
invisible.
No,
When she
it
was
her
all
eyes.
surrounded by the armor. you know?
You could see from here up.
Oh. I thought the
Like this.
graphics were terrible. It reminded me of that movie that came out with cats. They just threw it in there.
Oh, with Cheetah. Yeah.
I
I'm
think
just
it was
telling
too
you, the
long.
last-
it needed
the
to be
last
shorter.
15
It needed
minutes
to
were
be
really
written
good.
by somebody other than a 7-year-old. But I liked it better than a lot of the other DC movies we got, like the awful Suicide Squad movie,
Yeah.
Justice
Oh,
League.
yeah. Tony, Orlando, and Dawn.
I mean, like it's more fun to make fun of it. Like we've got Steve back, and so a man from World War I who flew in World War I, he's going to fly a jet plane. He's going to know what buttons to push and everything. And I mean, they had a little bit of that in there, but no, that's not going to happen. Just like if you fly commercially, that doesn't mean you can just go jump in a different plane and fly it. They're different planes. You have to be trained on everything. And I know that's just logic in a movie, but from beginning to end, you knew from the beginning when Mama told her she couldn't cheat to the end of the movie when she's the only one that gives up her wish. Yeah, I now see why Pedro Pascal wears a helmet in The Mandalorian.
Spoiler alert, everybody.
Actually, his performance was really good. He emoted very well when he was, crushed about his kid and just wanted his kid to love him and everything. That's why I'm saying the last 15 minutes it was really good. Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Ooh,
Little Johnny Cash for your way.
I like that. I really like that.
But the best thing is,
right.
do you have a record player? Because I do, and it's wrapped in mahogany. Yeah, I said it. Mahogany.
Ooh, mahogany.
Yeah,
Rush.
it's in its box. I mean, I don't know if my new tuner has a ground. I think it has a phonograph setting, but I don't know if it has a ground setup.
So, Adam, you have a console, right?
Yep. And
Yeah, I have a
It's like a piece of furniture.
and record player, because my
it's
thought
built
was if
in.
it didn't work. So this is the best story, right? You'll love this. Goodwill, $20, mahogany. And I thought, hey,
Holy
if it don't
crap.
work, I'll turn it into a bar,
Right, yeah, exactly, because you can
I mean,
hollow
you
out
still
the
have
inside.
speakers, so I could wire the speakers to work with today's technology like an iPod. So I'm like, okay, this could work. Everything still works to this day. So yeah,
That's awesome. That is awesome.
the only thing I need to buy would be like a new needle for the record player, but that's it. Other than that, everything works.
It's called a stylus.
I know. It even came with the little piece for the
We used to-
45.
Ooh, so you had the 45 flip. Did it flip over?
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll get pictures for next week as long as we don't have like 20 feet of ice and snow.
Yeah. Did it already start to snow on you a little bit?
Oh, well, I had snow before Christmas. Today it's been mainly ice. I set the picture earlier where the tree in front of the store, it was just covered in ice. The woods are a mess, dude. I've got pine tree branches that are bigger than all four of us together. They're just snapped off laying across the road. I'm like, yeah, I'm not cleaning that shit up. Just drove around it.
Yeah. We were 56 degrees and it was raining.
We had rain, but a lot of it froze. And I mean, the big branches on the pine, the pine tree branches, they're normally up in the air. They're like down, touching the ground because of the weight of the ice. We are at, what are we at right now? Weather. Let's see. We've got another winter advisory. Woohoo! It is 34 degrees, and it feels like what's it feel like?
35.
It feels like 28. Yep. So it's 28 degrees. Let's see. We've got an advisory for. I click the button. I'm waiting. It's loading. It's thinking. Till 1 a.m. for what? Oh, well. Doesn't matter.
52 and rainy, and tomorrow it'll be 64, and it was just muggy. Man, this place sucks. Doesn't even look like Christmas or New Year's.
This feels like last year to me, though. Last year here, like we got it would rain, then it would freeze, it would snow for a day, and then it would freaking warm up and rain, and then everything would be frozen for 2 days. It was just really a real weird January, December last year, and this year's kind of followed the same.
Hey, Leif, I couldn't see that one you held up. You held it up too high.
I don't think he's on headphones. Is that Anakin Skywalker down there? Channel Dad? He's got an Anakin Skywalker hairdo.
So who all stayed up for the countdown?
Oh, for the empty Times Square BS that we had. Oh my God.
Oh, it was by invitation only. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yep.
Yeah, they only invited people that were they said essential workers, but you saw a lot of like New York high society there.
Yeah.
The regular general
like
public
that.
was not allowed to go in there.
So the first time, like that
A-holes.
would be this would be the year that the ball would fall because there was like nobody there. You know, like every year you always wait to see if it falls down and crushes people or some crazy shit happens, and it never had. Not to mention, I mean, I'd never want to stand out there freezing my ass off with all those people. I'm like, no, they're all stupid. But this year especially, I was waiting on the aliens to show up, you know, and attack New York, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, exactly. They want a maximum body count. So, But guess what? In Wuhan City in China, they were filled to capacity.
Yeah, they were. I saw that.
Millions of people were there. And in Times Square, which is world renowned, there were maybe 5,000 people, if that.
150.
Well,
Yeah.
did y'all watch the fireworks show?
No.
It was last year's. They played last year's fireworks show.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
That's how broke America truly is, boys and girls.
What a ripoff.
Prime, you look like you're drinking from an old can.
It's
Yeah, I guess he
Mamato
must have missed
Earl.
the beginning.
It's his Earl can, man. He's drinking his Earl.
No, I
So
just
it
didn't
says-
go out today in the rain to get my twisted tea.
So what does it
that's
say
what
about the
happened.
Navy?
No, heavy duty.
Oh, heavy
Heavy
duty.
duty.
Oh.
If anything, it would say Gavy, U.S. Gavy. Hey,
So,
even
Seth,
when I
what
was
do you
in,
think?
I would
What do you
call it
think
the
your
Gavy.
twisted tea, man, you like it?
What's
You wanna
that?
try some different flavors?
Who are you talking to?
Seth.
Yo.
So what do you think of your twisted tea, man? You gonna get more?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Go mow the lawn and then drink it.
That's what those
As Tommy G
were.
brought it up.
That lemonade, the ice shanty lemonade, those were real good in the summertime after sweating your ass off. Pop a couple of those, or like the Mike's Hard Lemonade in the bottle.
I like this one much better.
It's got a little tart to it. That's the thing. It's more true to lemonade than Mike's.
Yeah.
Mike's is just
gives
kind
me
of
headaches.
yeah. It's just real sweet, but this one's got a tart to it. It's got a little bit of a wang to it.
Well, the
If
peach
you
one's
drink
kind
it
of
just
sweet.
right, you might feel it.
You might feel it. That's what she said, Tommy. It's all in the hips. I might feel it if you use those hips right. It's all in the hips. Mm-hmm.
It's not the size of the boat. It's the
Motion in the
ocean of the ocean.
ocean.
Had to go real slow with that one because that's part of the motion.
Well, the motion in the ocean doesn't matter when you're the size of the Grand Canyon, sweetheart.
That's right.
The actor.
Geez, you got a
from
big
Brown
pussy. Geez, you got a big pussy. Why'd you say it twice? I did.
The actor from John
Sorry,
Wick.
Seth, Mom.
I heard he may be playing Ghost Rider.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves may be playing Ghost Rider.
I called that a couple weeks ago.
That's interesting.
Huh. In what, the
Tommy,
reboot?
when we went to to see Justin and JP the other day.
Yeah.
I called it then. That's when I called it.
That's why I'm saying something.
Dude, that's awesome.
But then I looked it up, and they're actually saying, yeah, he might be. I don't know. I like him in John Wick. He's a very serious character. But can he play crazy? Ghost Rider was basically mentally insane.
Was he?
Yeah, in the comic books he was.
Oh, I didn't know.
I mean, he has a demon in him.
So?
That would be insane.
No, he doesn't. He made a deal with him.
Yeah, but the demon owns his soul.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to be mentally insane. I mean, he was looking for fame.
I'm talking in the comic books he was.
Well, Carnage was mentally insane. I wouldn't necessarily go. I was going to say, I remember the comics. I don't remember him being insane necessarily, but he tried to get the best of the demon that was within. I'll give you that.
Didn't he get the spirit of vengeance afterward, though?
Well, that's what. The other one. That's what the other one was, going after him. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on how far, because you go with Johnny Blaze and so on and so forth. And then I read them through in the 90s, and they were pretty good. Hell, I still got the glow in the dark issue. That was the coolest thing ever.
Whoa.
And yeah, I still got the original one, and that bitch still glows in the dark.
What was it? The flames that every time you saw flames it glowed, or was it?
It was his head, and then the flame. So they did it in that glow in the dark on the cover. So then you can just let it out in the sun, and then it would just glow for hours on end.
But it didn't glow inside the comic.
Well.
Did it glow inside the comic?
Nah, just the outer cover.
Just the outer cover. Wow. Okay, that's still freaky.
I'll get it ready for next week. I'll have to dig it up out of I got to move the Batmobile to get to all my comics, but I'll for next week I'll pull it up and get it, and we'll get it charged, and I'll shut off all my lights, and it'll just be sitting here glowing.
Nice.
Friggin'
I heard
awesome.
there's a leak of Wolverine, the new Wolverine. I haven't been able to find it, but I heard there was a leak.
Well, the only leak I had was earlier after drinking all them beers, but it's all right.
Well, the only leak I had was at Ollie's parking lot. So
I did
I'm serious.
Today,
it shames me to tell you guys, but I feel like I'm amongst brothers that aren't going to judge me. But hey,
you're in a safe, whatever the hell this is.
Yes, I'm in a safe box right now.
Yeah, safe box
right here.
There's no shame here. You're among friends, and then the poor people watching us on the internet going, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?" Like, we don't know.
You ain't got the time.
Hey, maybe we
ain't
should
got
do
the
like
beer.
Saturday Night Live and just pay $100 per viewer.
So we should pay each viewer $100. Is that what you're saying?
Did y'all not hear about that? Saturday Night Live's paying their audience.
That's how they're getting around with having a live studio audience.
Yeah. $100 a head.
You mean
What,
to
for
come
what?
in and
To
be
watch?
part of the audience?
Yeah.
See, the rulings and stuff up in New York is that they can't have a congregation.
Right.
But by paying them $100 a person, they can say that they're part of the staff.
Part of the cast. Do they get IMDb credit?
I don't know.
Audience member
That's the case,
13.
all four of us need to go to New York and be on the show in the
You
audience.
give me $100 and IMDb credit.
Yeah.
I do it.
Just say self, right?
I was wondering why
It cost me a heck of a lot more than $100.
No, I'd
to
say
get the
staff. It'd be staff. Or not staff, but a crew.
crew.
Yeah.
My name's Mo
People are
White.
cheering
See
as
more
loud
butts.
as they can.
See more butts. Yeah.
See more butts.
Did you guys see where Gina Carano was on with Drunk 3PO?
Yep.
Yeah, because it all started over the Funko Pop, and then yep.
How dope is that, man?
How did he get a hold of her? Did she just see it on Twitter?
So
I guess.
it was
I
something
know
like
she's been
he'd
following him for a
her,
while.
and he said this is like he was drunk, hung over as hell, right? Because he was talking about this. And I was on the stream because I think it was on with Lethal Lightning, and he was just like, "Yeah, I was like, this is the greatest present ever," and it was her Funko Pop, and then like she retweeted it and wrote something, and then from there it went to this part, which I don't know the whole story. I heard it, third party. I haven't asked 3PO himself. Because look, the best 3PO, I've said this for the last couple of years, the best 3PO is the drunken 3PO. That's been the tagline in the chat that I've said for the last couple of years. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool though, I guess that, then she actually reached out and they were able to connect via the YouTube or whatever. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty awesome because I mean, hey, look, we all talk shit, and there's stuff we'd like to do, but it's like, man, that's pretty cool that she hooked up with them and did a show or whatever. I don't know the entire story on it, but I still think it's cool that she took the time for a fan to be like appreciative of, because not that he's a huge channel, but he's just a guy on the internet, just like everybody else. 3PO's done a lot of shit for other countries and other people. If you go back and you actually find out about Drunk, he's gone to other countries and done stuff for the kids there and raised money and all that stuff. He is a good guy. He's the kind of people that we need in America doing what he does, not just for himself, but for others.
When we were on the fan cast, he popped into the chat one night and was like, "Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?" The next day, he was on live, and like I just commented, I was like, "Hey, thanks for popping in. What's up?" And he said something. He was like, "Hey, check these guys out on the fan cast, yada yada yada." Like he was really cool about it.
He's a real nice, laid back guy. I followed him on Twitter. Like the funny thing was, back a lot. You got to understand, man. I've been doing this for a couple of years now too, as well. But the bit with the dog's account, people still don't connect it. So like I'd go on, like he knew who I was, but he still forgot about Frank. So like he's like, "Frank, is this Frank so and so?" And I'm like, "Jesus Christ, it's a dog, man. You forget you're talking to my dog." And so I'd be trolling him in his shit because he's like, "Who the fuck is Frank?" And I'm like, "Ask Lethal Lightning, ask Odin's Movie Blog, shit, ask Doomcock, ask this person, ask that." I'm like, they'll remind you, but you should remember. I've been telling you, Frank and the Shohan Wiener Dog clan have told him the best 3PO in the world is a drunken 3PO, and it's been that way for the last almost 3 years that I've said that shit. And it was just funny; it just slipped his mind. And it's nothing other than me poking fun at him.
Drunk.
But he's a good dude. He really truly is. To go to other countries and take care of other, to put them first and raise money for him and do all the stuff that he's done, pre the COVID bullshit. There's not a lot of people that do that,
Right.
and still have time to hang out with people like us just on YouTube or promote our channels as well.
Yeah.
He was one of the good ones, and he still is.
Now, do y'all know the actor named Mary Ann Summer?
No.
No, you're talking about the character Mary Ann.
Yeah,
Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gilligan's Island. She passed at 82.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Don Wells, yeah.
Yeah, Don Wells.
Yeah, Don
Wells, yeah.
See, if you gave the real name, we'd have known what you were talking about. It just took us a minute. Damn it, Tommy.
Like I was talking to someone today about it, and I said they're Don Wells, and they didn't know who I was talking about. They knew her by her name in Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, Mary Ann. Yeah.
Mary Ann, yeah.
Good thing you weren't talking about Vernon Wells.
Yeah, and I'm sure she had other things. I know she got busted for pot like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if she had cancer or something like that going on.
Well, I mean, at her age, man, everything she's lived through. I mean, it's a sad state of affair when we lose celebrities or even Luke Harper died. He was a wrestler, right? And the family had to come out. I think he was 41 or 42 years of age. And they had to say it was non-COVID related. How fucked up is it that you have to not only mention that your husband is dead, but that it had nothing to do with COVID?
Right.
Well, because everything's COVID. I mean, look at the death rates for everything else. It's like near zero.
And we shouldn't be playing this game. I mean, it's sad enough to lose a wrestler, an entertainer, even somebody that on Gilligan's Island that hell, for especially the three of us older fucks, that was on TV every day. Even after it went off the air, we had it on repeats for decades.
Yeah.
I never finished watching Gilligan's Island. Did they ever get off?
Yeah, like they
Not on
got
the
off the
original
island and then they celebrated by going on a fucking another trip, and then they ended up back on Gilligan's
Yeah,
Island.
they had a
And then-
special or something that happened that they got back. They got stranded again. There's
Yeah.
a couple of different specials that happened.
And
yeah.
then, there were some specials in the late 70s and into the mid 80s. But yeah, they had, and they got rescued a second time, and I forget exactly how. Or maybe
How
it was
about
just,
the
there was
episode with the carrots?
there was one with the Globetrotters. They were on the island, and the Globetrotters got stuck there, and that got them rescued. And then that's when they turned in a big resort. And then they had Thurston Howell. They had they had Thurston Howell the third was running it, so, and that's right, like maybe a year before Jim Backus died. I mean, he was on there he came in, said 3 lines. They had to carry him in,
Wow, Jim Backus.
And then I think he died. I think if I remember correctly, him, the skipper, and Mrs. Howell died within the same 3 year, within 3 years.
Yep,
Natalie
Alan Hale Jr. and
Natalie Schaefer.
Then
Natalie was like 10 or 15 years older than everybody thought she was.
Wow.
She was in her 60s when she was doing all that crazy stuff. So, but yeah, I think Tina Louise is the only one left.
I think you're right.
Yep, Bob Denver, he was 25 years ago. He died.
Was it that long ago?
Wow. About late 80s.
Was it?
Early
No.
90s.
I thought
Early
it was
90s.
2000s.
Bob Denver?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, we're 20 years into the 2000s, so you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I'm going to look it up. I don't know.
Well, I was surprised the dad from Home Alone died. I did not know that.
Say that again?
Richard Hurd?
Yeah, I didn't know he died.
Yeah, it's
Had
been
a heart
a couple of
attack,
years.
wasn't it?
2005.
Was Bob Denver?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
The dad from Home Alone had a heart attack, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So they say. I mean, him being a mafia boss.
Hey, man, all I can say is, look, people, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
That's right.
Uh,
Rick
Merry
James,
New
hey.
Year. Merry New Year.
Oh, he died 3 years ago. Okay.
He was
John
on Prison Break.
Was he?
Yeah, he played what's her name, Sarah Wayne Colley's character. He played her dad,
Yeah.
like the mayor or something of Chicago.
Prison Break was good until the last season.
Which last season? Because they came out with a miniseries afterwards.
Yeah, well, you find out that the whole reason he got the brother that was the genius, when he got put back in prison
Refill.
and overseas,
Yeah,
they catch him. I did not like that.
it was kind of weird, but I mean, it was all right.
It was too easy. They
That's what she said.
caught him too easy. It's like, okay, we got to wrap this up real quick. We're about to be canceled.
Well, it was only supposed to be a limited series.
Yeah, but it's kind of like Breaking Bad, how they did that one movie that sucked.
What movie?
Breaking Bad came out with
Camino?
Yeah, I did
El
not like
Camino was
it.
awesome. What are you talking about?
And
Well, okay,
I don't know
look.
if it was just because what's his name wasn't in there.
Look, El Camino. The thing with El Camino is, did we need to know what happened to Jesse Pinkman? No, but it was still entertaining nonetheless. I mean,
Right.
that's kind of how I view it, Tommy. I mean, you are welcome to your opinion, and we'll make fun of you, of course, because that's what we do. But I mean, it was a mini movie. I wouldn't necessarily call it a movie, but I mean, that's all it basically was what happened to Jesse from the point that he escaped. Because remember, it ends with him leaving, and you don't know
Yeah.
what happens. I'm old school, like late and prime. So, like, we don't need this shit wrapped up with a little fucking bow. We have this thing called imagination. Never once did I go, what happened to that junkie, Jesse Pinkman? But I
I
will
really like Jesse Pinkman though.
I will say by watching that, I did enjoy the spin of, you know, a little bit of the past brought with the future. And here he goes, you know, he finally takes off and gets himself together and out of, you know, away from once he got away from Walter, once he got away from, you know, I'm
Well,
Heisenberg.
hey,
He
the guy
did.
that
I
guy
was
that
wanting to see
played,
Walter still alive in jail. Like
He's
he
not.
didn't die then.
the guy that played the shop owner at the end of El Camino.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Mhm.
He usually plays a character named Bud. He died right as the movie came out.
Oh.
So like
He was also on Tim Allen's show. He played Tim Allen's dad for
Bud,
oh Jesus, I can't think of the name of the show now.
Last
Um,
Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. Thank you, because he
I
played
watch
his
that
dad.
show almost every day.
Yep, that's a
I've
great
never
show.
seen it.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
It's a good
Only
show.
thing I
Tommy,
know
you'd
is
like
like
it.
when he's cleaning the gun and he goes, "This whole gun's a safety."
I don't remember that.
When he's cleaning the rifle and he goes, he's like, "Do you got to clean that rifle on the table if your grandson gets it?" And he goes, "Was he gonna put the muzzle in, pack it down?"
Yep.
Okay, I do remember. I remember
Yep.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was in one of our videos.
But dude, I love Tim Allen stuff. There was a Christmas movie that I really wanted to watch called crap, El Camino
That sounds like
Christmas.
a terrible one.
No, it wasn't El Camino Christmas. It was a Chevrolet car name. Maybe it was El Camino Christmas, but it was on Netflix. And it was so funny. It had Tim Allen. He was this drunk like jerk. And I mean, we started to watch it, but my daughter was awake, and we didn't realize how bad it was going to be. And every other word, Tim Allen was like "f this" and "f that." So we were like, maybe we'll revisit this a little later, and never got to go back to it.
See, now I remember Last Man Standing when it debuted, and it was on, what was it, ABC, and then they dropped it, and then they did the relaunch. I never watched the relaunch, though, because it seemed that it was just more about Tim and the wife and less about the daughters and everything.
No,
It was
no.
even the daughters that changed.
They had
throughout
to
the first
recast.
season.
They had to recast. Mandy.
Mandy.
The girl that played Mandy, when they realized that they were canceled, she went off to do something else. And when they got picked up, she just couldn't come back. They went a couple seasons like that with a new Mandy. Who she was really funny, but I mean it was like blonde brunette difference. And then they Eve, the girl that played Eve, had to leave to do something. And so they said that she was at like boot camp or whatever,
Yeah.
and brought in a foreign exchange student so that she could be like the replacement.
Gotcha.
So
It's still running, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's on its last season.
Right. But as of right now, so it still had rank, because I remember it was a big deal that, oh, now we're going here, and then Disney owned that, and I'm like, Tim Allen can't catch a break.
Yeah.
I was like, Disney got rid of him the first time, and then he goes to another place where he's going to be safe, and then they own that now. I was like, poor Tim Allen, for F's sake, man.
Well, that whole beginning scene of that very first of that season when they're on a new channel, it opens up to Kyle sitting on the couch, and he's like, "What in the world?" He's like, "I can't find my favorite TV show. It's usually on this channel on this night." Yada yada yada. And she said, "Well, check around." She's like, "Sometimes places drop shows even though they're doing really good, and other channels will come pick it up." And he was like, "Oh, there it is. It is on a different channel. Sweet." And like they broke the fourth wall by like something got said, and everybody turned and looked at the camera like it was really funny.
They did that with Constantine on the CW, because I think it was NBC carried the TV series Constantine, which was really good. And then when he came on the CW, he had a peacock feather he was itching himself with, and he threw it on the ground or some shit. Like, that was pretty funny.
Gary Stiller died this year?
Jerry?
Yeah, the one from King of Queens, the dad.
He's also in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah,
George
He's
Costanza's
Ben
dad.
Stiller's
George-
dad.
I didn't know he passed this year.
Sorry, folks. I had to do a refill.
You
I had
good,
to
man?
I had to refill the toilet.
It happens.
Yeah.
You're giving the toilet. Look. You're making sure the toilet has a purpose in this world.
Oh,
So
it
you're
does.
doing a good job.
It's got a mileage. It's got an
That-
odometer on it.
Tommy, that was Ben Stiller's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ben Stiller's father that passed. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a tragic day.
I mean, he was a great actor. He seemed great in Kings of Queen.
He was
I didn't really watch Seinfeld.
He was
Not
great
King
as
of Queen.
Costanza's father, man. He was hilarious.
What was it called then?
King of Queens.
King of Queen. Okay,
Because it's Queens, New York.
I know.
And he's the king of it, not the kings of Queen.
Kings of Queens might be a
That would have been- that would have
show
been,
you would
Sounds
never
like a
watch,
rock
buddy.
band.
The kings of Queen would have been Brian May, Bohemian Rhapsody guys. That's who it would have been.
But anyway, she
Tommy,
seemed like a
I
great
love it when you try to speak English and it comes out redneck.
What was the other one?
I
that
really
he-
do. You know, I gotta say, Seth, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this shit because it's always fun being in the comment section. Don't get me wrong; it is. You know, I was in the fan cast in the comment section, and everything with you guys when you were on there. But this is so much more fun because you never know what the fuck Tommy is gonna say.
I
You
really
never
wish
know
I
what
had
part
known
of
you in the
English he's
chat
gonna
back in the
butcher.
Fancast days because I would have petitioned to bring you in like every week.
I respected that you guys were doing your thing, and I knew Brian. I mean, I knew I had to say, Brian, let me on. And he'd let me on because I mean, I'd known him for a couple of years. But I mean, it was more fun for me to be in the chat, and then I would love it. Brian would be like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Just supporting you, buddy." You know,
And we have Channel Dad to thank for all of it.
you do.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Well,
no,
stop.
Yeah, I was
No.
going to say, yeah, if you try to get Tommy on that show, you would have had to get that old geezer running it would have been a pain in the butt to convince. But
I mean,
well,
we did
in the
bring
early
Tommy
days
on
of
the
that,
Winter
well,
Fancast.
not too long into the fan cast show. I mean, we had Jeff on, we had Nick on, we had Loudy showed up a few times, and then we had Oggs for President was on for a long time. Eddie Cantillo was on a few times. It's. I thought, man, this is going to start to grow and be something for the fans to do, and then it was like a wet fart in the wind, and it just
Well,
bizarre.
I don't think
on
it
the
was
Brandon
necessarily
Moist
your fault,
episode.
though. And this is no disrespect to Jeff, but once Good Morning Pop Culture ended, there was a fucking huge void on YouTube for all of us that were there every morning in the chat. Even before he went 5 days a week, when he was only doing it 3 or 4,
Right.
there was that big void. And then it's you being kind of the secondary channel. Like the thing that I always picked up from it was it's like, hey, if you guys want to learn to do this shit, Lape runs the fan cast. It's a good place for you to get out there and kind of test out your skills.
That's what he said on the Moist episode 125. He was like, "Hey, go over and check out the Fancast. If you like what we do, they do a different show, and maybe y'all can get hooked up over there." And if that's where we found Kendo.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, like, what happened?
Yeah. I don't know because we were growing steady. I mean, we grew fairly steady to 100 subs in not too long, and then it just it hit the glass ceiling. There are actually more subs now than when we stopped the show. So, and I know Frank got all pissy in the WCBS Facebook page, but there's several other things with Frank too that, and that's not the Wiener Dog, but Frank Rivet.
Yeah,
he sent a boat ton of toys and things to Jeff when Jeff was doing the mailbox stuff, and he never covered any of it. Any of what Frank sent him. I mean, he sent him boxes. This is when he was downsizing his life and before he moved out of wherever he was living. And he would even ask me, "Has Jeff got it? Jeff got it?" And this was before he met Jesse, before, because, he was still living here in Cincinnati with his mom. And when I asked him about it in, I think it was either Chicago or when we had the Horror Hound, and he's like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff I got to get behind. And then after, and it's been, has it been almost a year now? Almost, I don't even know what year that was. I guess it was 2 years ago we met Jesse.
2 years ago,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah, then he met Jesse, and at the time she was dating some other guy, but they were already having some issues. I think they just were in many ways too similar. And she came up here. If you follow her channel, you'll know the whole timeline because she said it on Twitter. That's how I knew. So, because she came up to Columbus because she's into fencing and does coaching and all that stuff. And there was a tournament. He was supposed to stop at my house and pick up some beer that I had made to take there, and he forgot. So he did get in trouble for that. She was a bit pissed off at that. But so they kind of reconnected, I guess you could say. But so then, because I forget, that was in, let's see, so Star Wars Celebration was April, and that may have been May or June. I forget exactly.
That
when.
was 19. So yeah.
Yeah, and then, well, see, by the time we did Horror Hound in Indianapolis, they were already trying to decide how are they going to do this. And he went out, met her a couple times, and then in late in the year, he said, "Hey, early 2019, I'm going to move in with her." So I think he meant to do a lot of those videos, and I'm sure it's all that stuff is because he didn't do any of the Tales from the Post Office or whatever what he called that.
Yeah.
And he had a bunch. He had a backlog. He was telling me when we were going to Chicago, all the stuff he had to do, and I don't think he really covered any of it. And I kept telling Frank,
people don't fucking understand. And I mean, look, I've met you as I've hung out with Jeff as much as I've hung out with you, right? Not all. I mean, we've spent
Special
a couple, 7-8 hours together on a couple days for the last 2 years. This year we didn't do shit because we didn't have any conventions. Other than that, I'm not, it's not like I'm up Jeff's ass. I'm not up your, I mean, we're all individuals. I can send everybody messages. We can all stay in contact, but it's up to you to pick up the ball and respond. At the end of the day, though, that mofo not only was working on a comic, then he was working on a relationship, then he fucking moved, and people got to understand life happens. Plus, his grandmother passed away, and I'm not making excuses for Jeff Higgs. I don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, Jeff did go through a lot of shit. Too. People got to understand. The first batch of comics were. I'm still waiting on 2 of my regular Stealing Solos and the big box. I still haven't got the big box. Do you hear me bitching about it? No.
I haven't got it either.
Going, hey, motherfucker, where's my shit? No. I have faith in Jeff, but shit's happened. Look at what we're dealing with—a pandemic on top of the shit with the president. It was great. Yeah. I was in there talking with him just recently, and he said something. He's like, "Yeah, Superfan should have a blue wrench." I don't have a blue wrench. Do you hear me bitching about a blue wrench? No, I give no fucks about shit like that. It doesn't matter. Jeff is my friend, just like.
Oh, is that a moderator? Is that what the blue wrench means?
Yeah. It just means you're a moderator. Yeah. But he had mentioned something once where he's like, I probably, he's like, I think I gave him one, and he was going to, and then he forgot. Because you know what? People fucking forget. It happens. Yeah. Shit happens.
I want to know who muted the fan cast. I was in the chat once on the fan cast. We were still doing the show, and I actually had it up as me and the fan cast because I was suspicious about certain things weren't showing up. And not only because this was after they weren't really talking about the fan cast anymore, and we were kind of doing our own thing. And sure enough, none of the chats showed up, and because I would chat as me saying something, and I wasn't being. I didn't think I was being a pain, and I was just saying, "Hey, you guys, check out our, it was kind of self-promotion, but I was actually asking some questions." And some moderator muted it because it didn't show up. I could see mine, so if I typed as me, it showed up on the other side. And I even made a comment on the video one time. It's been like a year ago, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, they were supposed to do a movie before Jeff fired everybody. and that was supposed to be written because he actually asked me to be in it in a couple different scenes as a running joke. Not I'm just kind of like walking in the background,
Right.
you know, my take on it was kind of like the joke with the Pixar movies where they have what's his face in every one of them doing the voice, and they spoof themselves. And I think it was at the end of Cars or something where the guy's like the truck. It's like, I like this guy's voice. And then after like the third movie, it's like, hey, wait a minute. They just keep using the same guy.
Oh, John Ratzenberger.
Yeah, John Ratzenberger.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that was kind of the spoof. And then they decided not to do that. And then I think the comic, my take of the whole thing was the comic surprised them of how much effort it really was. And because he was going along at a good pace. And then his colorist couldn't keep up. He kind of blamed his colorist, but he didn't have a third of that comic done. And all of a sudden it was February when it was supposed to originally be out.
Yeah.
And then he had to have a bunch of stuff redone. And then there was some kind of mess up with the printer where I don't know if he sent an old version of the file. They screwed up something and they, redid the whole thing. And it's a year late after that. And he's still dealing with stuff. And Ethan, I think, has done 2 more comics since then.
Well, but even
Ethan,
like it's like Ethan a year, and this was something new for Jeff. And like I said, I'm not making excuses, but it was his first time doing it. He did really good, and that's great. You're gonna have mishaps. You're gonna have shit. Like he had issues with postage overseas being different, and that ain't no joke. Like you about shit when you find out what.
Yeah, and it depends on the country and a lot of stuff. And well, even with Ethan's, I was one of the earliest patrons for the Cyber Frog, and then he added a bunch of stuff, and I was at the $100 or $200 level, I don't remember, and so I got a bunch of extras later, and I was one of the last people to get the comic because he went down the row backwards, and finally they put a message on Patreon saying, hey, if you haven't got anything, do this. And I was like, tell certain, I think I had to get my order number and a bunch of crap, and it was still, I want to say 2 months after I sent an email that I finally got it.
Well, it's like with Jeff, dude.
Yeah. So if you have a professional that has those struggles for, something 6-9 months late, his first run of it. But a couple people would send me messages or whatever, because especially if they had listened to the early days of the fan cast. And I'm like, look, I don't know any more than what Jeff said publicly. He's not sending me a message saying, hey, this is where I am with stuff. And I knew things that he was busy. And then of course, when he moved, then like you said, all the conventions got canceled last year because they were going to come back and do Cincinnati Horror Hound, and that got postponed, then eventually got canceled. And then Indianapolis got canceled. So, I'm still hoping that we are allowed to do stuff in I think it's in March. I want to make more beer. So
hey, look,
it may happen, but it's like, I even told Frank, I said, like, look, I don't know why. I said, you're not the only one. And I understand. Yes, I understand. You sent a lot of stuff. A lot of these were toys that had a very emotional attachment to, because a lot of stuff he got rid of, he didn't want to, but he had to.
Right.
But we took a bunch of crap. Basically, Jeff, Nick and I were in Nick's SUV, and we had various camera equipment, some other crap that we had to take. And then we had it, and then my beer, I had 50 some odd bottles in 12 packs. And the rest of it, I was holding stuff all the way to Indy. And it was all stuff that they opened. I know they did a live stream, and it was that Sunday, I think. Saturday. And you were there. I had to push that stupid cart all the way from the hotel and all the way back.
Yep. Yeah, because
and that was
back.
But Jeff basically said that's all I could bring. Or that we couldn't. He still has a lot of more stuff. So maybe he should have done but then he moved, right? So it was maybe he should have come back when he was. I know he was back here recently, and maybe he should have just pounded through all of the stuff, do a few videos, don't necessarily do a live stream. But I've some other channels that I follow that have people send them stuff, and a lot of it's computer stuff. They've even said, hey, stop sending me XYZ, if you have, there's like a couple rare items and things. And they've even said, hey, all you people who sent me all this that I already have, I've taken to Goodwill. I don't have any room for it. And it's only the real special stuff that they've kind of opened. But
I got a new, like everybody's got, like you got the beer of the week, you got the meme of the week. I have a little part for mine. Movie predictions. And it's what's going to come out in 2021. And I want to hear everybody's opinion on it. I'm only going to name 5.
Only 5?
So, Venom 2. Starting with Appalachian American. What do you think? Yay or nay?
Nope.
I think maybe.
I haven't seen the first one.
It was actually really good.
Yeah, the first one was
I didn't
good.
like the first one, so I'm not going to like the second one.
Okay, what about you, Channel Dad?
So what are we predicting? Whether or not one will come out?
No, it's going to come out. Is it going to be good or bad?
Hey, Prom, why didn't you like the first one? Or what didn't you like about it?
I didn't like the pacing. The pacing was too quick. You got to editing wise, I'm looking at more from a film standpoint. Editing was just too quick.
Okay.
They didn't let things breathe.
It did feel kind of rushed.
Yeah,
Sony. A lot of Sony's pictures have been like that.
Yeah.
Adam,
I don't know if it's the editor, the company editor, or what, but
that's what she said. It was too quick.
Yeah, I didn't see the first
Giggity.
one, so I don't know. But we did do Venom the musical as a fan cast episode.
Okay, I got one I know all of y'all probably have seen. They're coming out with a new Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh God!
Yay or nay, Seth?
Don't care.
I'm in between.
I'm curious.
Yeah, that's what I am. I'm curious. Channel Dad?
See, the first one was just campy enough to work, and the second one took itself way too seriously, and it was garbage.
Yep.
I hope
So
they do
if
like
they-
more modern day appeal.
Right? Has the game been updated since the 90s?
Did you see after though? Hold on, Tommy. They did do like a run through with revamping it. I've got it on Vudu where they did like a mini series, and then we had the mini series TV. So they have kind of, yes, Brian, to answer your question, they have kind of messed with it in different aspects on TV and shit, not movie wise, but TV movies and whatnot. So I'm kind of curious. It would really depend on what they do. I mean, the new Mortal Kombats, they're nothing like what we played, guys. They are like out of our fucking realm of a game. You've got Jason Voorhees and Terminators and Jokers and all this other shit they've mixed in. I've watched Lethal play some of the Mortal Kombat games, and I'm like, okay, it's beyond my capability of playing that shit because I'd end up throwing up all over myself.
Seizures.
The speed is, the thing with a lot of those video game, like the Super Mario Brothers movie, okay, was too campy. I mean, the Batman TV show kind of worked in the 60s. It was campy to get it on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. People didn't like it because it wasn't Batman from the comics, and then it ended up shaping Batman in the comics later once they kind of understood its premise. And I mean, eventually, I know Batgirl was added to rate. I mean, and the ratings were never that great, but if they get the right balance of campy and seriousness, I think it can be good. But yeah, I guess I'm just kind of I'm
curious,
cautiously optimistic. Put it that way. Curious. Yeah.
I loved 1. 2 was okay. 3 was garbage, and I think it could work because they just did the game that was like 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe it was called Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, and people.
And again, that's the one where Adam would have been, going into freaking Tourette syndrome and seizures and vomiting on himself, or what we would normally call a Monday.
Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to arcade game, I think that the Hitman
It's too
was
fast. You're right. It's too fast.
Yeah, it's just like for me with one eye, dude. I get motion sickness. I can't help it. It's just part of in the surgeries and stuff that they do in my eyes. But when it comes to movies, like Hitman to me, I never saw the second one. The first Hitman movie was a great version of a game going to a movie. I went and saw that opening night with one of the guys I did security with. We got off work. We went to the movies. It was a blast. And I still to this day think it holds up as one of the better video game to motion picture movies that was, you could enjoy. Now I'm glad you brought that up, Tommy, because I really am curious to see what versions are we going to get, because the game, like I can watch Lethal play the game and I'm good. And I mean, the last game I played is the like the Injustice League style game, the second one. So, and even that, like I can play for a little bit and then I'm done. I can't go anymore. Now we go play Lego, like we do the Lego games. I'm fine. I can play for like an hour or so. But I like my days of gaming are over. As much as I used to love gaming and shit, I just can't do it. My eye can't take it anymore. I do miss it. It was a lot of fun, but hey, 36 years of diabetes. Hey, I'm still here, and I was supposed to be dead 20 years ago. So,
or as Vader would say, "It's too late for me, son."
It's too late for me.
I'm not looking forward to it. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah, dude, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
After they screwed up with the last one?
They can
But
only
this
go
one-
up from here.
But
That's
this
true.
one, this one is technically the third. They're retconning and like making that not even 2016 not existent.
And none of the
Okay, that makes me
morons.
feel better now. I may see
Yeah.
this.
Look, I
None
saw
of the morons involved with
2016.
2016 are involved with this one.
Yeah, 2016 was awful. I watched that and my head hurt. Like I was like, I might as well just punch myself in the face. That'd be more enjoyable.
Repeat
Well,
it.
and then Ivan Reitman's son is doing it.
Yeah, he's a good director.
Yeah, dude,
And
this is
he's
gonna be
using
awesome.
this extra time to make it better. I'm just hoping he doesn't do a George Lucas on it.
There was a line in the trailer that said we haven't seen a ghost sighting in like 30 years.
Yep. Oh no, they've completely ejected 2016 as if it never happened.
Yeah,
Oh, you gotta love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
never
yeah.
happened, and we were never here.
dude, I'm totally stoked for that movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Paul
now
Rudd's in it, and I love Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I
I showed
think
my wife the
everybody
trailer
here
the other day.
was
She really liked it.
that, right?
Do what?
Everybody's here excited to see that one.
Yes.
Yeah, except for you, apparently.
Well, I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be like the same BS.
You not seen the trailer?
No, I'll have to check it out.
There's
Wait,
two of
and you're
them.
bringing it up? You should do some little research and watch
I
the
did.
trailer.
There's
There's
two trailers, and find
Ron,
the
that's too
German
hard
trailer
for
because
me.
it has extra
Don't be
material.
mean.
Oh, Achtung.
Okay, now they have a Godzilla versus King Kong.
I thought that already came out.
Yeah, it's old.
It says there's another one coming out in 2021.
there's a
Well, maybe-
2021. Yeah, Tommy's right.
Okay.
Tommy's right.
So
It didn't come out yet.
it
What,
depends
round
on
two?
who makes it.
Depends on which movie Godzilla they're going to give us.
Dinosaur Boogaloo.
That's right.
And so that was number 4.
Electric bubble tub time machine, baby.
You know, I finally saw Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Man, that was not that great.
But you saw the first one, right?
Oh yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah. The first
I
one.
haven't
was
seen the
good.
first one.
Yeah.
Okay, now
The first one
Black
makes
Adam.
a lot more sense when you grew up in the '80s too.
Yeah. A lot of callbacks. A lot of callbacks.
Now, is anybody excited to see Black Adam?
Yeah.
Is it with The Rock?
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Is that a DCEU or is it just a DC
It's a
movie?
Shazam. It'll be
Shazam.
like a Shazam movie.
Second Shazam movie.
Okay.
Look,
Well, I mean,
I love-
Shazam did mention Superman, although they had someone else playing Superman. But
Yeah.
I love Shazam. To me, that's the strongest movie that they've came out with. The DCEU. It was over. I'm not saying it was perfect, but overall, it was one of the better movies that came from the comics and was updated properly. So, and with
Yeah.
The Rock, minus the Joe Biden bullshit with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Shame on you, Dwayne.
It
Even though you're
depends.
built on my clown.
It depends for me. If you go by just storylines and not the actor that played it, Wonder Woman, the first one, would have been it for me. I just didn't like Wonder Woman, the actor that played it. I don't know.
You mean actress?
Actress.
Yeah.
Well, no. About 10, 15 years ago, they came out with the moniker actor. It applies to
Actor.
everyone.
Yeah.
It
They can
applies to
shove
all of them. Yeah, exactly.
But my thing is,
They're still stewardesses.
she didn't match up to Wonder Woman's shape or personality.
Nope.
I mean,
She's
what
overpowered,
DC,
man.
the DCEU, I mean, the strongest film was Wonder Woman.
I hated that movie.
So wait,
The
Tommy,
first
you don't
one,
like
come
Gal
on
Gadot?
now. No,
You don't like Gal
that
Gadot?
brought DCU back.
I love Gal Gadot. Look,
Gadot.
exclamation point goddess, as
Gadot.
LL says. Like,
Gadot.
love
Gal
Gal.
Gadot.
The only
Gal
reason
Gadot.
I watched Wonder Woman was for Gal. That's the only reason. Because to me, it was the same fucking shit we got with Captain America.
She's
Same
a total babe.
line, same bullshit, boring. And they made her overpowering. And then when you watch 84, they neutered her where she should have been even more powerful. Because basically, from the first Wonder Woman movie, we get the only thing she can fight is a god that's going to be against her. And we even get that in Justice League where she's just as powerful, or Batman versus Superman. She's just as powerful as Superman. No. Now, we had Linda Carter, boys. Linda Carter, my God. Now, that was our Wonder Woman. Yeah, you fucking ain't right. Got it, man. Hell yeah.
I mean,
Hubba,
she's
hello,
attractive. Don't get me wrong, but I like a little more curves. I'm sorry.
Hey, as
you-
the
so
Gina
you like-
picture I put up. I love that Gina picture as her as Wonder Woman. I'm
Yeah,
fine
you
with
like
that.
a little more of a Gina look, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Gina doesn't have that shape, despite the fan art.
Granted. But go
She
back to
used
when she
to, but
fought.
not anymore.
Gal
Yeah, go back
Gadot
to
is a
when she
total
fought.
babe.
Yeah, exactly. She could if she got back into fighting shape.
Dude,
You know.
I don't need her to be in fighting shape. She
No.
right now.
Let me just tell you something. If you guys haven't, because I've talked about this before, you need to see the movie Haywire.
Yep.
You know, if you remember me talking about Haywire,
You
it's
never mentioned
Gina
it before
Carano.
now.
Gina Carano, right off after she left the MMA stuff, and it was her first
Movie.
acting gig.
Yep.
And she is surrounded. I don't know how the casting director did this. She is surrounded by top talent. Ewan McGregor, Michael Fassbender, a couple other people that are there. But her acting wasn't good, but her freaking moves were awesome.
Well, I mean,
So
even her
watch
acting in The
Haywire.
Mandalorian, she's not a great actress yet, but she's new at. Like, I'm not.
She's new at it, but she was raw in Haywire.
Yeah.
When
Okay,
she
now,
took
I
some
think
dudes
we'll
down.
We'll get better things from Gina because she is going to be a great actress. She's a lot of fun. I think she's she's somebody I'd like to go have dinner with. And I'm sorry, that is.
She
still
seems like
true
good
today.
people. She seems like good people.
She does. She really does. I mean, for fuck's sake, she hung
There
out
you go,
with
Linda
3PO,
Carter. There you go.
Drunken 3PO. She didn't have to do that.
Right.
With her caliber, she didn't have to do that, and she did, and that just shows what kind of good person she is. So she's somebody I'd love to go out with dinner with and just talk to and see how it really was working on Mandalorian and all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, I've got my own feelings on it, and I'm not happy with it, but it is what it is. But Gina Carano as a new actress, because she hasn't really been doing it that long. I'm sorry, I don't. What
are you searching for, Appalachian?
Career that long of a career?
Yeah.
Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
So, my question is, out of the 5 movies I mentioned, which one are y'all most excited to see?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
All right, so
I don't know.
when
I
that
forgot
movie
what
comes
five was
out-
it again?
Because I don't think it'll be as good as the first one, but if it's at least as good as the second one, if not better, I'd rather it be in between because the second one was kind of weak.
Second one sucked.
First one had
All right,
Sigourney
so,
Weaver
hey,
in
wait,
it.
here's a, I
She was in
found this
both of them.
article. I wanted to check it out before I put it up here, but it's from Geeks on Coffee. It's 19 actresses Gal Gadot had to compete with to play Wonder Woman.
All right, hit it.
19: Jamie Alexander, Jessica Biel, Megan Fox.
Jessica Biel.
Biel would have been okay. Megan,
Angelina
no.
Jolie would probably
No.
be an older.
No. No.
I don't know her.
She's not Chinese.
She's
So that
Asian.
don't work.
She's from Daredevil, the first one.
Okay.
And she's
Now,
from Shield.
Andrea
Agents
Palacky
of
would have
Shield.
been good, but she had to dye her hair. But I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't look Greek enough. She's too
No.
pale.
Yeah.
Now Olga would have been. She was in one of the James Bond movies, wasn't she?
Yep. I'm pretty sure. I think
With
you're right.
Piers Brosnan. Oh, it was Goldeneye.
Oh, now
Wasn't she in
I
Goldeneye?
don't, I
Marina,
don't know
because
her.
she's in everything.
Colby
Marina
Smolden,
would have been
Ooh.
decent, but she's quite short.
Alexander Daddario.
Yes.
Yes.
Kobe Smulders. Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Either of those two. Catherine is.
Kobe
I love
Smulders,
Catherine,
yes.
but she's too old.
Yeah, too old.
Charisma Carpenter, no way.
Really?
Who? Wish.
There's Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, I think Gemma would have done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
can do other accents and things too. Sarah Michelle,
No.
nope.
No. Hell
No
no.
way.
Nope.
Lucy Lawless back
No.
when she was Xena. but
Xena,
not now.
yeah.
Yeah, but she's too
Yeah.
old now. I mean, she was
Yeah.
great in Ash versus Evil Dead. You even got
She's a month older than I am.
If
A month or two.
if they brought her in,
Did she really?
Mhm.
if they brought her in to play like one of the older warriors, I would totally buy it.
Oh yeah.
They should have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's March 29th, 1968. So 3
Sandra
months.
Bullock, shut up.
No.
Wow.
Lynn Collins,
I don't know who Lynn Collins is.
me either.
She's got the right look, but
Yeah. She looks like
But she's
would-
numbered. I
Ooh,
mean,
Lynn
how does it? Does that?
Collins.
I mean, they numbered them. What
Lynn
was
Collins
it
is
like? These
43.
were
That
the
would have been a
close.
bit tough.
Like Lynn Collins would have been.
she's only 5'8" too.
I mean, I get it.
And
Like
Gal
Gal,
Gadot is what 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah, but that's also why she's always in those wedges. I tell you, and just even in the trailer, the outfit she's in, it looks like a cosplayer. It doesn't look like.
like that's the only reason I watched the first movie, and even the second one, like I'd watch it again, was for Gal. She's sexy as shit, and Cub hates her because she's fucking Pakistani and like he is. And I'm like, I don't care. She's sexy as fuck. Give me
She's
her
not
all day long.
Pakistani yet. She's from Israel.
Yeah, she's from Israel.
She was in the IDF. You know that, right?
Lynn Collins. Nah, that wouldn't work.
The only problem with
She's
Wonder
like
Woman,
Gaul. She has the same problem Gaul does.
I feel like they forced that golden suit thing she wore. They forced it into the movie.
Well,
Okay.
that's toy design.
Yep, that's
They
for
had
your
to sell some
toys.
toys.
And hey,
Yeah.
that gave us Linda Carter back as Wonder Woman, even though she's not Wonder Woman, dude. So
That-
I can't complain.
That is another good reason. They had to shoehorn Linda Carter in.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Hey, so WandaVision's trending on Twitter.
Really?
It
When
starts
does that
January
When does that
15th.
air? Okay.
January
Right around the
15th.
corner.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I
What?
think it's going to be good.
No.
Honest opinions.
I don't know, man.
Marvel's
I'm-
kind of let me down.
I'm just so checked out of the MCU. Like, I just don't care.
Could you really care about a character you know is fucking dead?
No.
You know? Exactly. No. I didn't like Infinity War. I didn't like,
Well, it
Endgame.
depends on how they bring him back. Like, if it's a different alternate universe, no. But if, like, she was able to
It's in
upload
her
his
mind.
consciousness into the computer, maybe.
Well, they're saying
Yeah,
it's a
I don't care
manifestation
about
of her
WandaVision.
mental illness.
Mental illness. Hell yeah.
So, really, she's in a nut
That's
house
what they
pet.
said. Yeah. That. Right.
Kind of like when we first met her in
in a
the
padded
universe.
room with
Her and her brother are side by side, in a metal. What's his nuts had him captured.
I feel like they killed her brother
Yep.
off too soon.
They did.
Like, he had a bigger backstory, and I don't think they touched any on it.
Dude, Quicksilver is fucking Magneto's son. Get out of here. He's not going to die that quick.
And it's not going to
Well,
play
I like
good
the
with
other version of Quicksilver.
the what?
The one that was in he was in the X-Men. That version of Quicksilver.
Yeah.
The Sonyverse.
First
Yeah.
class.
When
Evan
he was
Peters.
running around, he's running around with that, between the bullets and everything, and they slowed everything down, and he was
They
taking
actually
people's
did a
hats and
green
everything.
They did a better slow-mo, kind of like showing his speed, than they do for Flash in anything I found.
Yeah.
Go back and watch The Flash from the 90s, dude. It's
I
like,
like that he shows.
America
Actually, I
from
like
the
that he
80s.
plays his father, and the
you damn right, Brian.
yeah.
You damn
And
right.
he's the Flash
great.
in a couple other parallel universes too.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh no, I liked
love
how they not only him, but what's her name, who was the doctor, that scientist. She shows up in the early Flash series as the same character.
Now, have any of y'all seen the series on Netflix called Sabrina?
No,
That
just,
keeps popping up, but is that the Teenage Witch reboot?
yeah,
It's
just
great.
Tommy. Tommy has a hard on for this Sabrina show, but I will
It's
tell you when it
great.
comes to Netflix, which I found out pre this show, was that Cobra Kai season 3 started, and I did enjoy the first episode because that's as far as I got pre us going live.
Watch 3 episodes of Sabrina, you'll be hooked.
All right, because I didn't like Sabrina the Teenage Witch with what's her name. It was on television.
Totally
Because
different.
we're
It's for adults
fucking
only.
old men, Brian.
I know.
I'm with you right there.
Yeah,
man.
I like Bewitched. I
Too old for
liked
that shit.
Elizabeth Montgomery back in the day.
Elizabeth Montgomery. Oh, she was so
But-
nice.
Her in reruns and Linda Carter with Wonder Woman. By the time I was 10, I knew that I liked women.
But I like the series aspect because even though they're able to do basically anything, there's a cost for anything they do.
Yeah.
Like if they take a life, they have to. Well, if they give a life, they have to take a life.
Well, there was a show. I think it got canceled, but they were supposed to be witches. Oh, and there was a French actress was playing their mother, but it was 2 girls. They didn't understand what they were.
Well,
Huh.
this is
It had a similar premise where you could do magic, but it always came at a cost.
But this is my thing that's I think is going to happen. If you don't remember, vampires got really big with the whole Twilight and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then zombies came. I think witches are going to be next.
We had Charm for how
kinda-
many years? I think they already kind of ran their course.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
bro.
did the witch thing
think
a while
about it,
back.
Tommy. They just came out with a reboot of the Witches movie, and it didn't do so hot, pal.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what would be next then? Because it's always like
Trolls. Next is
Wait,
Trolls.
How about Tribbles?
Frankenstein.
There's a trouble with
Frankenstein would
Tribbles.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Frankenstein.
Or they haven't really done a good werewolf in a while. I mean, they did with Underworld, but I don't know.
Teen Wolf 2.
Oh
That was
god.
a good one.
Oh god.
If you like watching paint dry.
Yeah. Teen Wolf 1 was better, definitely.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes to entertainment. I'm not holding my breath though. Like Disney got a hold of the MCU and ruined it. They got a hold of Star Wars and they ruined it. And some people got their panties in a bunch because oh my god, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, I give no fucks when it comes to that. Sorry, Seth Mom. That wasn't an apology to me. That's just them pulling their cock out and pissing on you, going, "Hey, we could have done this the whole time, but we decided not to." Fuck you. Because
Yeah, but that was different people.
We're
in charge.
Disney. Fuck you.
Yeah, that was Favreau pulling out all the stops. So.
I think that was more Favreau giving the middle finger to Disney.
That's
So
right.
I looked
That's
at it.
Exactly. And I'm with both you gentlemen on that aspect. I'm not one of these fucking Kool-Aid drinking, putting it in their hair, fucking puss whip motherfuckers that are like, oh my God, Star Wars is great now. No, I did love the fact that R2-D2 got more runtime in this TV series than he did the 3 movies he was in.
That's
so
true.
like, that part I loved. As
Yeah.
for Luke, not so much.
I'm kind of pissed off with what they did to Yoda. Because there's people that like the baby Yoda that has never even heard of Star Wars.
You do realize he has a name and it's Guru?
Grogu.
No, to me,
Yeah.
he's Baby Yoda still.
I know.
I'm
I
so
wanted to
sorry.
see him
I
say
can't
Gru-
stand his
Gru.
name.
Go Guru. Whatever the fuck I said. I was trying to get Tommy to do it all day.
Grogu.
There's people walking around with
Ragu.
keychains and the
Ragu.
baby dolls that have no idea what Star Wars is.
Ragu with broccoli, the special seasoning.
Like, yeah, no.
Yep, Grogu.
He's Baby Yoda.
They just made him for toys. And
Yeah, but look,
for-
he missed-
I'm taking a second run at The Mandalorian, starting with season 1 again, and I just absolutely love that little critter.
I loved season 1, man. I didn't give a fuck about season 2. I didn't care for season 2. I like season 1 better than season 2.
They're different. They're just different takes on things. I mean, I like how they explored the Sand People in season 2. But the fact is, I'm rewatching it, and I love that little baby Yoda. I'm sorry, maybe it's some paternal thing with me, or
So what you're saying is the next time we see your office, it's going to be full of baby Yodas.
Yeah, there's a baby Yoda, I think, over my right shoulder here. So, but that's Mom's little Puka there. That's not mine. This is my Puka right over here.
Are you serious?
When's your anniversary? Is it coming
Are
up?
y'all making me the asshole?
No, Tommy, we don't have to do that.
We don't have to do that, buddy. Good one, Brian.
We just get
Our
out.
anniversary is September 28th.
Okay. They have, and I kid you not, the Chia Pets, they have, go on Amazon. They have a baby Yoda one.
Oh.
You need to get that for your wife, bro. Like, I mean,
And
I'm
she
not
loves growing stuff, too.
Get that for the missus, bro. It's
Okay.
like $20.
Yeah, no, I'll get it. I might even check Walgreens because they usually have a big supply of like chia stuff. So maybe they have one there, and I'll get my points and knock some money off of it.
Trying to help my brother.
Isn't that great? Isn't that little guy great? Yeah, he's when he starts doing his hand like this.
I will choke you, Grogu.
And he's just doing it just because. Yeah, I'm telling you, I love that little guy. I mean, I love Jawas. I think my favorite character or creature when in the original, the OT, were the Jawas. And I thought they were cute, but man, this guy, this $5 million puppet that they have, he's so cute.
You probably
And
would.
his name is Baby Yoda.
You come just a little bit saying that you love Jawas.
Hey, you know what? They were cute back in the day when I was like,
hey man, they were. Look, I tease Brent all the time because he loved Jawas, and I got him a vintage one for his birthday because he didn't have one. He's from the UK, and he's like, I don't have a vintage one, and like on Marketplace, I found one for a decent price, and I was like, all right, cool. So I went ahead and got it for him. Now I found this, and I just wanted to play it because it kind of goes with your video, Seth. So here we go.
Master Ken here with another secret street fighting tip. Recently, I came across a viral video online which showed me a new weapon being used in street combat. The weapon? Twisted Tea. It's cylindrical and it's full of fluid, so it's perfect for face bombing. That's why today's video is all about the Twisted Tea technique.
Brought to you by Twisted Tea.
Now, this incident occurred at a convenience store between a man wearing a mask and a man not wearing a mask. There was a tense exchange of words, and then this guy called this guy a ninja. Or I'm using the N-word. Just because I'm wearing a black mask doesn't mean I'm a ninja. Maybe I like Aikido. Maybe I'm into that Taekwondo bullshit.
This is a minute and a half too long.
Martial profiling and martial profiling.
This is what happens when amateurs do videos.
You're going to go around randomly calling people a ninja. Don't be surprised if one of them tees off on your face. Here's how.
Tees off.
This guy set his items down on the counter and said, "Smack me." If someone demands that, you must hit them. It's a little known principle known as obligatory contact. You are obligated to strike him. Hence the term obligatory. If I do not obey his order, I can be prosecuted for failure to strike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Twisted Tea. I'm going to do what is called a feint. In boxing, that's when I move my body in such a way
when he drops
to mislead my opponent. I'm going to do a little flip, pretend to drop my tea. He thinks I want to play kick the can, but it's a tap. I'll move it out of the way. He's off balance. When he sets down his weight, he'd better take the rest of the day off because he's about to get canceled. Now that he's down,
I do like the
you can go for
puns.
that ground and pound
Yeah.
bullshit. But I say, why not continue to use the can? Grabbing a fresh can, I can take this, put it in my pants, and do what's called a tea bag. If I get a bunch of friends to join me, and we do that until the cans explode. That's called the Boston Tea Party. Or I can try a bird of a different feather and use 2 cans.
And I'm
these,
Now I'm going to treat him
these
like Dean
puns.
Snyder, turning him into a twisted sister by crushing
These nuts.
These nuts.
And as always, re-stomp that groin.
Hey, Tommy,
Another secret street fighting.
Yeah.
can I hit you with a can of Twisted Tea?
No.
Thanks for watching
Please.
our video. Remember, you can order
I love the
video
look at the
message
eyebrow.
from
One time
by
for the
going to
channel.
Cameo. So whether it's a happy birthday or
It
you
won't
want me
do
to
too
tell
much
you
more brain
or your
damage.
instructor why you
Oh.
go to
Oh.
Cameo and order your video message today.
Well, he
And remember,
just cut
always
deep
re-stomp
tonight.
that
That was
Well, if you don't hit him in
Yeah.
the forehead, you'll probably break his jaw with a can.
I thought you'd enjoy that the way we opened the show and everything.
I
was
need,
like, man,
dude, I love that.
That was awesome.
They call it the Boston Tea Party.
These nuts.
And also,
drop me that
isn't it
link,
from
man, because I need that.
isn't it from the Boston Brewing Company as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me that's a triple pun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he may
yeah.
not know that. But
Yeah, yeah.
I do like the Twisted Sister. That was
These
My
nuts.
favorite part is when he says, "Put it in your pants and start teabagging."
They call that a tea bag.
You shake the can. Oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious.
See, I saw the beginning of that, like 2 seconds of it earlier today, but I didn't see the full clip. They should have showed the full clip.
I love
the,
that.
the
That's awesome.
show I was talking about before was The Witches of East End, by the way.
Yeah.
Which I actually
Eastwood.
I came across it like on Netflix or something, and I actually liked it, and then it just ends because it gets canceled.
You're lying. Your wife watched it and drug you in on it, motherfucker.
No, she didn't. I saw the beautiful women in it, and that's how come I did it. But it was one of those. It was one of those that the first season was a little. It took itself a little too seriously, and the second season got better. And it was like it must have. I don't know. Maybe when it got canceled, they actually wrote better. And I've seen it happen with a bunch of TV shows over the year. It's like over the years, they won't let something grow sometimes, and right at the end is when it gets really good.
Hmm.
So I've been watching The Expanse on Amazon, but Amazon doesn't do like Netflix where it releases the whole season.
Ah.
And it's
So
like,
you finally got into The Expanse, my man?
oh, I did a while ago.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it took me. I had to get well into season 1 before I was like, okay. And now
Yeah.
here's what I don't give a crap about Naomi and her son.
Yeah, I don't
Every
care about
time
Naomi.
she's on, because somewhere in, I think it was the 3rd season, I was like, this, and I don't know if it's the actress or just the way she's written or a combination of both, but the character is so whiny.
Yeah, yeah.
So
oh,
I'm
absolutely.
like, I don't care anymore. And was it Marcus is the guy that sent all the asteroids to Mars and Earth, right? I think his name is Marcus.
I'm trying to remember.
But the whole attitude of the Belters, I'm like, this. I don't know if it's a commentary on society or not, but this is the problem we're having now, right?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
You got
yeah.
two sides that are they were oppressing, and they're trying to move away from that, right? And then some idiot stands up and does, the freedom fighter, and all it does is unite everybody against him. It's like it has the exact opposite. And it's like there are so many examples of this in history. This happens over and over again, and the same thing happens.
I was working on it, Seth.
You unite the enemies against you, people, because Mars and Earth weren't united. But I'm fully expecting them to be, once they recover, and they're going to hunt this guy down, and every Belter is just going to be blamed for it. And I like that on the lady that used to be on the ship, that Asian lady, I forget her character name. She has 2 ships now because they came across one that got abandoned. But
yeah.
She gets it. She's like,
yeah,
he has made this worse for us, that they're going to accuse us of every belter is going to be
She's
blamed.
figured it out. Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
yeah, you had parties that were coming together and they were moving away from their past, and then you have some idiot who stands up and reminds them. And this is in my view, this is Antifa and BLM, right? We have, you can't, if you compare, say, civil rights that have now to the 50s and 60s, or even the 40s, when blacks were literally being lynched, not figuratively, not,
Right.
hey, I found a
What's
knot
actually going on.
in my garage and it's a noose, really being lynched, to
The
now.
Emmett Tills and stuff of the
Right.
of the-
And now you have these people tearing down statues and all kinds of
Mhm.
things. It's like, you don't have a clue, because most people that were alive by then probably aren't around that were through that.
Mhm.
Go watch the Selma riots. Go look at the newsreels from the 50s and early 60s before the Civil Rights Act,
Right.
and then do your comparison and see how far. What was this? It wasn't Samuel L. Jackson. It was Morgan Freeman. And this was a while ago that someone from 60 Minutes was
Morgan Freeman.
asking about racism. He's like, well, let's stop talking about it. So don't call me a black man, and I
Yeah,
won't call you a
exactly.
white man. We're just Americans. I forget who
we're
it was.
just
It
two
Marley.
people.
It was one of those bigwigs from 60 Minutes, and they were like dumbfounded. And I'm like, that's the exact attitude.
Mhm. Was it Mike Wallace?
I think it was Mike Wallace, and he was like,
Yeah.
what? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy, okay, boys, I've got a new meme of the week. Holy shit. Oh my God.
I missed
Sweet.
This is even better. And I'm sorry, Seth, but you got that was funny, because right as I was about to send it to you, I got your message. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Well, did you see
that's nice.
where was it one of the volcanoes in Hawaii suddenly erupted like this morning?
Yeah.
Kilauea?
Yeah. Or like it was either late
Kilauea, yeah.
yesterday or this morning, and it's like hadn't done anything in a while, and it just went poof, and there's a big lake of lava just sitting there waiting to bubble over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor was doing some research on
You
it.
put
And
that
she
back
found
up.
out
I
that
can read.
lava is so dense.
Yep.
Lava is so dense,
Daisy has been
so dense
is one
and
of
thin.
us,
If you fell
Daisy.
into it,
I don't know. Someone type it instead of talking. Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
just saying, like, because Daisy's popped up on other channels.
Oh, I don't know. Nope, I'm not typing. I'm just waving my hands.
I would like to know who Daisy is.
jazz hands.
Daisy,
But it's
I
already
know,
been
I think,
typed, so,
from
hey.
Jesse at the Crow's Nest.
Huh?
I think I know her from my buddy Jesse at the Crow's Nest.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious. Like,
So y'all want to hear about
I guess
lava?
it's a girl.
Lava Girl.
I said, I guess it's a girl.
Do you have a lava lamp?
I do, yes.
Stop with the lava jokes. You want to hear about lava? My daughter was researching it today. That if it's so dense when it pours, that if you fell into it wouldn't absorb you. It would be like hitting concrete.
That
It's
sucks.
it's that dense. And also, when it hits the water, you normally see it. See it hit the water. It creates a hydrochloric gas because it's mixing with the salt water. Crazy. Yeah.
Does it have to be salt water or just water in general?
Well, from the volcanoes, when it goes into it creates new little reefs and things like that. When it mixes with the H2 whatever
Salty
the
water.
salt water, salty water, it gives off hydrochloric.
Well, I know
hydrochloric acid.
there was an eruption of an underwater volcano in the Mediterranean a few years ago, and just land appeared over, like in 2 hours, and it was an island. And I remember reading about it, saying the scientists were saying that it'd be several months before they could set foot because of the gases that it gives off. Well, so I guess that would mean you've got chlorine must be a component of lava, because you've got the oxygen and hydrogen, and so as part of
and you have sulfur as well. as part of it.
Well, sulfuric acid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, definitely sulfur then. It may be sulfuric acid.
But it comes up in a column, doesn't spread outward.
Right.
It just goes up in a column. That's what she was learning today, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
I knew not of this until this morning.
Because I think the gases too that if I remember correctly about that, when it's like I said, it's been a few years. Part of the problem was that the gas is just it's kind of heavy and it just kind of stays around.
Yeah. So it's heavy.
Doesn't really go on up and go out of the way. Yeah.
You might even create a little bubble too around where the active lava is.
Yeah, I've seen.
Stay the hell away.
Yeah, I've seen video of it, like when it goes in the ocean, it'll stop and then it like starts to harden, but then the heat comes through and it'll punch through a hole, and then another blob, and it'll stop, and it'll go and it'll stop. Yeah.
That's what she said, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what she said, Brian.
Back in the day, yes.
Yeah. It's too late for me, son.
I agree with Daisy's comment. It's definitely people that just want power. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what got me on that rant, but anyway.
I think we know who Daisy is. We're just not saying.
Who?
I want to know who Cecil is.
It's Daisy Risley.
I've never met Cecil.
Well, don't you already know? Doesn't Jeff know who?
Oh, yeah, Jeff met him.
Jeff's hung out
very
with him.
early on. Yeah, he and they went to New York. So it was Jeff, Dan, and Joel met him in New York. Who was was Dion there? I forget. There was only four of them.
I don't remember if Dion
to
was
the
there. Yeah,
thing in New York where they met Cecil. They went to a wrestling SmackDown or whatever they call it.
WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know what? Dion was there. He was there.
Because then
I remember the video.
The next weekend was Chicago, and that's when I met Joel, the first and only time.
Really? And he's I've got to meet him.
Right. So he was an original or one of the original cast members, but then he moved. I can't remember if he moved very early on in the show or he moved right before the show. So because Loudy was the first one I actually met.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Coach Loudy.
Yeah, and he doesn't live here anymore. Yeah. He moved and didn't even tell me. But he got married and didn't even tell me. I found out about 2 months later. I'm like, dude, you didn't invite me to your wedding because it was here.
What's up?
I think he lives in Indianapolis now. I think. But and then the first time I met I met Phil, Dan, Nick, and Jeff was in Atlanta for Nick's movie. I drove down there for Strip Club Massacre premiere.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I just Nick, I recognized, I heard his voice and recognized him. I just walked up to him and said, "Hey, where's everybody else?" Because Phil drove. And that was the first time Nick met Phil, I think.
Because you only need 1 foot to drive.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then Dion I met the first time was later that year. It was at Christmas party at Phil's house. Or some kind of party. I think it was Christmas. Or SmackDown.
Phil lives up by where you are?
Yeah. So Phil and Dan still live, as far as I know, somewhere around. I don't know where Dan lives, but I sort of know where Phil lives not too far from where Jeff's mom lives.
Okay.
And then Dion lives somewhere in Michigan. I don't know where. And then Jeff, of course, moved in with Jesse, and then Nick lives in Atlanta. And Kendo lives outside of St. Louis.
Nick's in Tennessee.
Well, he still actually maintains a Tennessee residence. As far I think he still has a Tennessee license, but he actually lives outside of Atlanta.
But he had bounced out of Atlanta and was hanging with the family in Tennessee when the pandemic stuff happened.
Yeah.
So, he might still
be. Is he still there?
Yeah. Last me and him talked, he was still in Tennessee. I mean, look, here's the funny thing about World Class. I love the guys to death. And at one point, and I don't know why, but at one point, everybody started getting worried that I was going to replace somebody on the show. And I'm like, I don't want to replace anybody. That's not what I'm here I'm the super fan. I promote the show. I do the shit. I hang out with Brian because dude, like I love you to death, Brian. No homo, but I mean, like like I told you, your birthday's the same birthday as my dad's.
Oh, really?
And he's no longer with us. So
What he's trying to tell you is, if you were in a dark alley and couldn't see him, you might be in trouble.
you might be worried about who's behind. No, Ryan, though, I've got to, the last forum we were at, you and I got to spend a lot of time together and just shoot shit, and talk about all kinds of different stuff.
In other words, he's trying to say, nighty night, keep your bunghole tight.
Never.
Sleep with your bunghole against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
No. Brian's safe.
If he was in New York, he'd say, I love you, but no Cuomo.
Nobody's going to mess with Channel Dad Brian Lake. But I mean, I did get to, I just dealt with all the guys, and it was an honor to be able to do that. And there isn't one of them I haven't talked to like I do with Brian. I do talk with you more because we're all on here, which thanks to you, Seth, we all get to hang out, and you, Tom, you let us all hang out and have fun. But I never would have got the opportunity pre all of this to hang out with you and just talk with you, and same with Dion, and same with, Nick, especially, and even Kendo, and even Jeff. Like, I mean, I got to hang out with all the guys individually as a group in an area and get to, pick their brains and talk stuff. And, it's like I pick on Nick all the time where I'm like, I know you're drinking bourbon whiskey. And he goes, that's my favorite whiskey. Well, of course, I'm going to remember that 2 years ago, you gave chicks some money to bring back some bourbon because you're like, I want bourbon whiskey. That's my favorite whiskey. I was there. I was sober, assholes. I'm the only one that was sober. So, yeah, the sober guy's going to remember shit.
That was at Indianapolis, wasn't it?
So
Yeah, I think that was in Indianapolis for
it was.
somebody. Yeah.
It was the last, not last year, but the year before that in Indy.
Yeah. Well, the last one they had, yeah.
Yep, I've got that curse of a good memory. For one, and two, I don't drink often. I mean, yeah, I've had the twisted tea and a beer, and okay, fine. I don't overly drink, but like when you and I were hanging out and all that, like I told you, eventually, like I'd love to try your it was the 100th anniversary beer or whatever it was for World Class, and I was going to take one, and then we just weren't able to meet up that Sunday ahead of time. No big deal, but it's like eventually I will drink beers with you. It was just at the time I couldn't because of the way my meds were and everything that I was dealing with at the time. Like now I'm okay to drink.
Yeah, that was the 100 episode celebration, or 100,000 subscribers.
100,000. Yeah. At the end of the day, I know that if I contact Late because I'm in Ohio, like we go get dinner, we can hang out, whatever. He's a married dude with a daughter. I respect the shit out of Late, and it's just funny that.
But Adam, are you paying for the room? You're not gonna make Late pay for it.
Oh yeah. No,
Adam's sitting in the corner like.
That's right.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, though, here's the thing.
Fill the hole, you gotta stop shoveling.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's me and Lake in a room.
It's the fact that I got to meet a guy who shared, granted you're younger than my dad, but the fact that you had the same birthday, all based off of World Class Bullshitters, a silly little YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like,
what year? But just out of curiosity, what year is your dad born?
63.
63. Wow. Wow, he died young then.
So you're imprinting on Brian the memories of your dad.
No, it's not even that though.
He's a surrogate father to you.
I mean, seriously, Prime. How often do you find somebody or meet somebody that has a relative's birthday, let alone from a fucking YouTube channel?
Well, I don't know if you told me that before, but as far as I know, knowingly, where I currently work now is the first time I've ever encountered anybody that had my birth date, different year, obviously. Yes, I understand Mel Brooks and Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, and I think Kathy.
My wife has the same birthday as me.
There you go.
Yeah, but you didn't meet your wife on YouTube.
You won't forget that one.
Yeah, I met her at school.
Yeah,
but what was kind of funny when I took discrete math and we were doing combinations and probability and things like that.
Math.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's spelled differently. It's not spelled the way you think it's spelled. It's not secret.
Discrete math, like trying to hide and do a problem. Hey yo, hold on a second. I gotta do this math problem. Hey, what you doing? I'm selling coke. What? Well, I mean,
Oh,
trying to be high. Trying to hide.
It's not like that.
this was the second semester.
Is that a Ouija board? What the hell is that?
No, it's probability with statistical applications.
Yeah, statistics were a bitch.
Now, statistics is something different. That's made up math. That's why
Yeah.
it's such a pain, because it's just
Yeah.
it's bullcrap.
And it doesn't follow a common language.
There you go.
Oh.
You want to know how much of a nerd I am?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But-
those are your notes.
For fun.
Yeah, but I still have my math book from 30 plus years ago. But we did stuff, and it said the probability that two people in a room of 30 people have the same birthday, not necessarily date, and it was pretty high. And I'm like, as far as I know, I've never met anybody. And I went another. Now, granted, knowingly. That's why I said knowingly. I went another. So that would have been 1980. When did I take this freaking class? 1989, 1988, 89, somewhere in there. And just like 3-4 months ago, I found out one of the guys I've been working with for almost a year had the same. Now he's 62, I think. Maybe he's at least 10 years older than I am.
Mhm.
But it's same day, because he was saying his birthday was coming up, and I said, "Oh yeah, really?" And he said that it's like, "Yeah, that's my same birthday, June 28th. That's me."
Hey,
But
Prom.
so statistically, I should have met like 100 people, but as far as I know, I never did.
Well, it's
whenever-
because
yeah.
you're not asking them.
Well, that's why I say knowingly, right? It's
Yes.
but
I mean,
I
that's the
remember.
thing, like when I first met you, I told you I thought that was pretty cool because, and I said he was born in '53, and that's the thing.
Oh,
it's like,
so he wasn't okay. 53. I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say he
spit
was
it
only
out.
5 years older. I was like, oh my god! But
He was born in '53. He died in 2016.
wow.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, what is the? It's like, okay, people, how often do you actually meet somebody with like your parents' birthday from a show, a guy that's attached to a show with a different show?
No, I see what you're saying. The probability is extremely low.
Yeah,
The chances are extremely that all those things put together
yeah.
would
There you
would
go,
come up with a-
Appalachian. Where'd he go? Is he
Bathroom.
still
Here,
on?
bathroom break.
That's how you spell discrete
He's
mathematics.
being discreet when he goes to the bathroom.
So discrete
counting
with
his
2
poo-poos.
E's and a T is your secret, and ETE
Like Crete.
it basically means repeatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Crete.
But I mean, when I told Jeff Hicks that my dog found his channel, because that's no joke, Frank the Wiener Dog did, and he's like, it was meant to be. And then when I meet Lape, who has the same, the same birthday as my father did, it's just a coinky dink. I get it, but it's just fucking weird. It's like it's not something that normally would happen, and I feel blessed in that aspect because Brian's a great guy. Brian, when I come and see the other guys, because you guys are all in the same, I hope we're all able to get together.
Nice.
Or even when if Cincinnati Horror Hound happens, I hope you guys can all come. Or the Indie Horror Hound, you guys can all, we'll all be able to meet up and go and hang out with the guys and then hang out ourselves,
Yeah.
I've never met anybody that has my birthday.
if you will.
Question though. See, I gave Channel Dad the beer of the week, and I gave you the meme of the week. Prime, would you want to do the fun fact of the week?
The fun fact. Well, first of all, I'm not fun.
Well, just the fact of the week.
so- I'll
doesn't
do a
believe
fun
in
fact.
facts.
I'll do a fun fact. Something we don't know about. Yeah, I'll do that one.
Yeah, that was. I'm trying to give everybody just a small job.
Fun fact of the week: I didn't steal my fucking neighbor's internet this week, and that's why I'm on, bitch.
But I'm trying to give everybody a job so everybody that
Nice.
watches the show has something to look forward to.
Yes, I'll do the fun fact of the week.
All right, now I'm
Tommy,
just
I'll do
gonna
my
follow
best
up
not
for-
to forget. Sorry.
It's all right, Brian. I'll start messaging you on Thursday to remind you.
Did it all
No, we
come out
just gotta
okay?
find one for Appalachian American.
You good, buddy?
Me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
like
said-
you're dissing that Greek island.
So Appalachian. So this is how you spell discrete mathematics.
So, Appalachian.
What's 2 plus 2?
47 in discrete mathematics.
Appalachian.
Yeah. I should say 10 or no,
You can call me by my name on this one, Tommy.
Alright.
You don't have to do
No, what,
crap.
100. Sorry.
Sorry, Mom.
Base
I gave
10.
everybody a small
Binary.
job, but I can't figure out one for you.
He's
I got the
hosting
one
fucking
for
show.
Nick,
1,
Just
2,
keep being
3,
fly. How about
4.
that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Just keep
1,
being
2,
fly. How about
3.
that?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 100.
Are you replicating that scene from Close Encounters?
No.
Hey,
Mashed potato volcano.
I'm counting at base 2.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Okay.
Binary.
because I'm
Yeah,
feeling.
binary.
I think Tommy, you want to try to ride up here sometime
Where?
to that comic book shop?
Yeah, because he wants to hit you in the face with a twisted T. That's what he wants you
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, I know he is.
Shut up,
I'm like
man! You're
afraid
afraid
to
to
go.
bring it up.
Yeah, well, if you're slick enough, you'll be able to pull it off, even if I say something.
Come on,
Oh,
Brian.
yeah.
You don't
Like
want
gotta
if
be
we drive
discreet
down the road,
about
you
it.
just be like flip out.
You got to be discreet, my man.
Right.
Nice.
And make sure you call him a ninja.
That's right.
Shut up, ninja.
Are you
No, it was the
right
ninja
now?
that hit the other guy. Yeah. Tommy,
I
remember?
mean, it would
Ninja's
be a
part
funny
of it.
skit. You walk up to him, you'd be like, "You look like an Appalachian American."
I'll tell you
Wow.
right now. We went to the radio station.
Hmm?
I couldn't sleep. For some reason, I got butterflies to go on someone else's show. So I couldn't sleep, so I didn't go to sleep till like 3 in the morning. He picked me up at like 6 something. I'm good on the way there, but on the way back, he wouldn't let me sleep.
I wouldn't either.
He was like shaking the car.
You were.
Yo, we'd be going down
like,
the road. We'd be going down the road, and
Here.
I'd just whip it.
He starts sleeping.
Man,
you
you,
start hitting every
you
bump.
Seth, you never want him to sleep. You always want him to wake up at 5:30 to be on coffee and gaming and all that stuff like that.
That's 0630.
Tommy,
Tomorrow morning, coffee and gaming.
that's right. Tommy never gets to sleep. So,
Man,
Tommy, there's a
doesn't
new
get to
thing
sleep
that I'm
'cause
doing. It's called segmented
Tommy
sleeping.
doesn't sleep because of what Tommy puts in his body.
Right. So a lot of stimulants, right? Is that right? Like sodas
Yeah.
and things like that, like late night.
Hey, I haven't had a soda. I did have a coffee today, but I haven't had a soda all day.
No Mountain Dew.
No
Tommy.
Mountain Dew. I had lemon water for lunch and dinner.
And then a lemon twisted tea.
But I did have a beer at like 11:30 because we was at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, so nothing
before
wrong in
12?
that
Jesus.
schedule there. Try segmented sleeping. It's something that I just started doing. Back in the 12th century, people would sleep from like 8:30 at night, you know, when the candles were getting dim and everything, until about 2 in the morning. Then they'd wake up for about 4 or 5 hours because they were an agrarian type of society until the sun came up, and then they went back to sleep for another, 2 to 3 hours. And I think that's where the siesta came from. La siesta.
And that was the fun fact of the week.
That was the fun fact of the week. There we go. And so you can take that fun fact and you can apply it because segmented sleeping is a good thing.
You can take it and you can turn that sumbitch sideways. You can shine it up real nice.
Shove it up. You can shove it up your keister.
You can stick it straight up your candy motherfucking ass. Sorry,
Oh, sorry, sis.
Lord.
Yeah, you needed 2 people on that one.
Hey, look, if you're gonna do it right. Now, Tommy, I'm offended. You mentioned B-dubs, and then you ain't got balls enough to tell me what you ate in the text message. So now I'm gonna out you on air. What did you have from B-dubs?
A Philly cheesesteak with just lettuce and mayonnaise and cheese.
You had mayonnaise, all right.
Yeah, Tommy.
Spanked mayonnaise.
He got fired.
He got fired. How do you not have wings at B-dubs?
Their wings aren't that good.
No,
Really?
I like
They're not
really
that
hot
good.
wings.
Hey, now you take that back. The sauces are great.
Okay, fine, the sauces, but the wings are not done well.
But what
just
kind of
saying.
wing are you ordering? Are you one of these pussy that buys boneless wings, or are you buying?
Yeah,
bone wings?
I'm a pussy that orders boneless wings. Like
Wait,
there's
for
even
real?
such a thing. There's no such thing as a boneless wing.
For real, you get boneless wings?
There's no such thing.
But answer the
Not in
question.
my
do you get
vocabulary. No,
boneless wings?
absolutely not. You
Yeah,
gotta
he
have a
does.
bone in there. You gotta
All
tear
right,
into
let's
that
move
marrow,
the
my
remove
brother.
button, 'cause I was about to
Tear
fire
into
you
it.
too.
You gotta tear into the marrow.
Boneless wings are called chicken nuggets.
Exactly. It's just a blob of meat. Oh, now. Don't bring that lightweight stuff to me. There ain't no such thing.
I
Tear,
do.
tear into that marrow, bitch. Suck that marrow out.
Damn right. Okay.
Yeah,
But
that's what she said.
it was my last meal before I start eating healthy.
So you go out with a limp noodle?
I go out with the great stuff, my favorite food of choice.
Tommy.
A bland
Have you
cheesesteak?
had that crispy chicken sandwich that they make?
No.
Oh, it's good.
How much longer are we going for? I'm going to take a bio break too.
A
Go
BLM?
for it.
Go
Go
for
take
it.
a whizzy. Go take a whizzy wee. It's all right. I done
Yeah,
did
we should
already.
start wrapping up. I'm starting to get sleepy. I'm going to start my segmented sleeping.
If we get 100 subscribers on here, I'll try sushi. How about that?
You
Oh,
ain't never
dude,
had
missing
sushi?
out.
Wait a minute. Time out. You ain't never had sushi?
No.
Tommy's
No.
uncultured. He doesn't eat.
But I will try.
Eat.
Wait a minute. If he don't eat, why is he so fat?
He ain't fat. Come on now.
Eats crap.
No. That's his own words. I am not calling him fat. I'm not assuming he is fat.
You just
has
called
said
him fat.
himself He is fat.
265
I've
is
argued
fat.
the point
I
that I
will
don't
admit
think
that.
that he's
How
fat.
much?
He's just
265.
265.
But you're
How
6'1",
tall?
dude. Shut up, man.
Yeah, that's
you don't
not
need to
that
lose
bad.
weight. You need to move it around.
you're
Yeah, that's not that bad. Work the legs.
6 foot and 195 pounds.
I got the Cinderella belly. At midnight, it all goes somewhere else.
Nice.
I would say down your wife's leg, but I don't want to get you in trouble.
Oh, dude, why? That's like bringing a nuke to a gunfight. Why'd you do that? You never talk about the wives.
No. It's meant in the aspect of, look, you need that fuel for the love machine. That's what that is. You know, you're 265 and you're belly and you're complaining about it. That's the fuel tank for the love machine.
No,
You
no,
gotta
check
get
this
that
out. This is the deal. This is the deal. When you have a big tool, you have to build a shed over it. And that's what you got, Tommy.
Well, I've noticed I've gotten bigger. I've noticed my energy levels have dropped.
Yeah, it will.
Because you're not sleeping.
Yeah, that too. You
That
got to get
too,
enough sleep, bro.
You don't have to do
run
it straight
3 hours.
7 hours, man. You just do like 4 here, 3 there, as long as you get at least 8 hours of sleep a day.
But you can't get that sleep if you're putting crap in your body.
Yeah, but I mean, I used to run on 3 hours of sleep. Like I would, when I was like 18 to 21, I used to just party and then go to work and have like
But dude,
2 to
you
3
ain't
hours.
18 anymore. You could be surprised that within 3 to 5 years, everything will change. You're what, early 30s?
31.
Okay, 31 is.
Well, I'll be 31 next month.
Coming
Okay,
up. Yeah.
Still, things are going to start to change. Metabolism's going to slow down. And the more you keep putting stuff that's not good for your body, it's going to basically what you're doing is you're diverting all your energy to cancel out the stuff that you put in your body.
Stop drinking
trust
energy
me.
drinks.
Yeah, trust me. I'm a monster guy, and I know that it slows me down because it doesn't provide any more energy. My body's trying to process it out of my system, and that's where that energy goes. Not to keeping me awake or anything like that. So my New Year's thing is to cut down on that drastically.
Yeah.
But you know what the biggest thing is? Water. Water.
Well, see, my problem right now is I had to have a coffee because I started getting the caffeine headaches.
Agua.
Right? Agua. Buy one of those gallon things from, you got Walmart, you got,
When are you going to
boycott
quit
Walmart.
smoking?
That's a tough one. Look, you take one at a time. Decide on smoking, but don't decide on smoking and losing weight at the same time. It will not work.
Like I said, Tommy, you and me had this conversation. I'm still not smoking. I'm still not chewing. I haven't done anything for 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, and I told you, when you're ready to stop, bro, you'll stop.
Yeah. Well, see, it's not just like nicotine. It's a habit. I started when I was 15. That was 15 years ago.
I'm 45 and I smoked way longer than you did.
I know, but I'm saying you still feel that habit.
Yeah. I know, dude. I know.
You got to change your
If
routine. If you smoke in a specific room,
My
Tommy.
bedroom.
Okay, well, that's kind of hard to cut out of your routine because you associate your bedroom with smoking. Now, if
Yeah.
if you were like a backyard smoker or a garage smoker, you just don't go in the garage as much or in the backyard as much. So your grass will be shit high. Sorry, Seth.
That
Mom.
is cliche for
Yeah,
coming out of the
you could
closet.
park a car in there.
That's that cliche for coming out of the closet, isn't it? Park the car in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But no, bro, I told you, man, and I meant every word of it, Tommy. It's like when you're really ready, dude, you'll be able to stop. There will be no, bullshit.
But it
You always
takes
have it. Always this. Look, I used to wake up and I would pull a fucking Mel Gibson where I'd turn around, fire up a fucking stogie, have a fucking drink from a beer. Like that was legitimately life there for a while. Eventually you get over that shit. You're gonna realize you're fucking 31. You're about to be 31, like you said. You're gonna realize at some point you'll quit smoking, but it's when you're ready, man. Ain't none of us can be able to say you need to stop now. You will stop if you're ready.
I like my grandfather's when he quit because he used to get his pack every time from one of the machines that popped it out when you put the money in.
Yeah.
One time it screwed him over and didn't give him a pack, and he never grabbed one again.
For me, like I was real close, dude. You got to understand, this has been a really bad year for me last year. I mean, all the other bullshit you guys know about Moist. My dog Rolly passed away, and she was the first puppy we ever had. Every time, and it's not a joke, every time we lose the little puppies, it just eats at me. It bothers me all the fucking time. And like the one that we lost was the one that I delivered, the one that I sent you the picture of. Hell, she popped out in that text. I told you, holy shit, another one. I wasn't expecting that. Like I delivered that puppy and she passed. That shit is always hard on me. And the older I get, the worse it is with these dogs when the little puppies pass away. We did everything we could. I get that. There's nothing we could do as a breeder to keep those dogs alive. But it bothers me more and more the older I get. And it's hard.
You still put effort in it.
Cigarette. That's when I'm ready for a fucking cigarette. But I'm just like, I'm done, And that's why I have faith in you, bro. When you're ready to quit, when you are truly 110% ready to quit, you will quit and you won't smoke again. Because I have not. I have not smoked. I've not chewed. I'm completely tobacco free.
But you have to want it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my whole point. Exactly, son. And no, none of us telling you should know that. Dude, it's on you, and we're not going to bitch at you about it. But when you're ready, my brother, you'll be able to stop, and you will never go back. I promise you.
I mean, you can say that you're not going to bitch about it, but I mean, I will because I want better for Tommy than Tommy wants better for Tommy.
I know you want your friend to be there. I want both you guys to be here. I want Lake to be here. I even Prime, even though he's not here. Fuck you, Prime. He's
trying to get back in.
Yeah. I want to be able to see all you guys. I want us to be able to actually hang out in real life other than this. I love this. Don't get me wrong. Y'all, I love this shit and us being together. It keeps me fucking sane, with puppies dying and the world being insane. This helps me stay on track to not go and fucking murder a bunch of people. It's kind of how I feel, but not legitimately. It's a joke, people. Yeah. Comedy, satire, bitches, don't go nuts. But literally, like this, I look forward to this every Friday, hanging out with my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Every Wednesday, I do it with Digital Pollution Podcast with Jez and Brent and, Nerd and Cub and anybody else, Euler Greg. That's the thing. Being a YouTuber, you have friends online. You're able to meet this way. Would I much rather us all be in a bar right now or be at a restaurant? Yes. Fuck yeah. Of course I would. But we all live in different states. It's not going to happen. Hopefully, 2021, we can have conventions where you guys can come, where we can all meet up. Or like I said, if they're not going to fucking do a convention shit, then we need to figure out when Lape's got time. Maybe me and Lape, I can go swing over, pick Lape up on my way to see you guys. Because I got a Prius. I'll pick your ass up, old man. I got no problem with that. I'll even let you drive. I don't give a shit. But, where we can actually make a plan to have a weekend where we all get together and do something. I don't care if it's in your guys' city or, we all meet in Ohio or we come here. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's just a goal. It's just something that hopefully we can do. This is great.
Yeah.
But one-on-one interaction all together as a group, all of us hanging out, we're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, Seth, I was thinking about a skit for you.
Okay.
How about the actor of the week?
Actor?
Because like the one that's saying she was from, she was Spanish, but she really wasn't.
Oh, what's his name's wife?
Yeah. Or like when you showed me the video of the dude from Flash choking out a woman.
All
I think that would be your niche in the show.
right.
I'm the actor of the week.
You know what's going to happen? This is going to be his actor of the week every week. It's going to be Gina.
Yeety.
I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
I would want to see that every week. This is a highlight of one of the actors.
Hillary Baldwin, fake of the week.
Ooh, yeah.
Yup.
I'm gonna make a. Someone needs to make a meme of her sitting in a taco.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Giggity.
Giggity.
Goo. What's the next kind of beer you're thinking of making, Leif? I mean, if you, not to pressure you or anything, but just out of curiosity, have you got any ideas on something new to make?
Actually, I want to convert some of my old recipes that I was doing extracts with, and do all grain versions. Probably. So I have an older. It's an oatmeal stout, but it has. I called it Crystal My Oats. It has a lot of crystal malt in it that you don't normally have with an oatmeal stout. And I did a Clusterfuggles ale several years ago with cluster. What's funny is after I made it, there was an old craft brewery that I don't think is around anymore actually had a thing called Clusterfuggles, almost identical to what I made. But so it uses Cluster and Fuggles hops in a continuous hop variation, not too dissimilar to what Dogfish Head does with their 90-minute and 120. Well, they have a 70. They used to only have a 60 and a 90 and a 120, but now they have I think a 75. But the idea, what I was doing was using hop pellets every so many minutes, throwing more in, and it helps layer the hop aromas and flavors a little bit differently. And if I remember correctly, last time I did that, I used my one and only time that I used whole hops in the secondary, and that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I've got some other ideas floating around in the back of my head. I've been trying to make a very pale. I haven't done this in years, but years ago when I lived in Tennessee still, I kept trying to make a really pale beer. I want to try that again. But it'd be kind of like a yellow fizzy beer, but being high in alcohol. So
It's not his idea. We need Lake to do beers, and then even if we all got to send him some cash to mail them to us, and then we could drink them on here live with him. Just an idea.
Yeah, mailing it's different.
I was hoping he would be able to come to the Christmas party and bring some beer then.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it took such a long time to make.
Yeah, to make it right, it's a month.
Yep.
That's part of the problem with Budweiser and some of those other mass-produced lagers. Those should actually sit for 3 months before you drink them.
This might be just me, but does beer on tap, does it taste better to y'all than regular beer?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Unless the tap.
That's what I was wondering.
How much time you got, Tommy?
Yeah.
We give you the short answer.
Yeah, short answer.
Okay, so it's a lot of it. It depends on exactly what the beer is, but in general, obviously this is assuming the tap lines are clean, and the beers are so the metal, the case of the keg of beer, no light can get to it. Okay. It also is not typically is non-carbonated in the keg. Now, sometimes they'll do some. It depends exactly how they're doing their draft. Some places will have some pressure in the keg, so you have a CO2 line that then goes in and kind of pushes more out, or it's nitrogen or whatever. So part of it is because you have the mass that's in a keg or a 6-barrel is much greater than what you're going to get in a can. This is why canned has several problems. Canned aluminum as opposed to stainless steel. Aluminum does interact with the alcohol. And then a bottle has to have a higher preserve count because light gets through, even in a brown bottle. Okay, and light will skunk the beer. So so basically the best environment is a wooden barrel. The next best is a stainless steel, and that's what usually the kegs are made of, stainless steel. No interaction with the beer whatsoever. So the mass of the beer, and because a barrel is 40 gallons, I think, something like that, a full-size barrel. So that really just helps with the transport. It's able to, no light, no heat, things don't interact with it. If it has some carbonation to help keep other air, so air doesn't get to it as much as what you get out of a bottle. The next best thing, if you don't get a light struck, in my opinion, is bottle conditioned. Yeah. So that you'll have a little bit of yeast in the bottom. The CO2 is done in the bottle, but draft is just the way the hops set up. They're not nearly as bitter. They're more flavorful. The malts are more present in a draft beer. Yeah, I've had multiple beers that I loved on the bottle, and then when I had it on draft, it almost like a completely different beer, but it's the same recipe. It's just how the chemistry of everything interacts. So that's not very short.
Long answer.
Huh?
So that was the long answer.
No, that's the short answer. That's no joke.
I could talk for days on what the long answer is.
Because last night I had a Bud Light in a bottle. And I was like, it's okay. And then I had one right there at
B-Dubs.
And I was like, wow. I didn't know if it was just B-Dubs. They did something to it, or
first off, you're drinking Bud Light, so
that's already scrambled the factor there.
I mean, if you're gonna drink Bud, at least drink Bud, man.
No, MGD, man, MGD.
MGD's good too. I like Miller High Life too. That the first beer I ever drank with my old man was a Miller High Life on the pontoon boat. So I will go and drink that. I would just drink Budweiser because it's cheaper. I don't mind it. Now, what I really like to drink, and I bet Brian, you could make something like it, is like an Amberbach. Bud makes Amberbach, and I really enjoy that, and it's good with pizza. But I mean, I can't wait to actually legitimately try some of your.
So
beers.
Is that the Michelob Amberbach?
Michelob.
Yeah, I had that back in the 90s. Let me put it this way: I've dumped beer that tastes better than that.
Oh, well, like I said, I can't wait to actually be able to sit down and try some with you.
Yeah, so a Bock is a lager. Yep. And part of the problem, again, because Anheuser-Busch is about pushing the beer out, a Bock beer is supposed to sit for 6 months, and that one doesn't. It sits, I want to say, 2.5. It's been a long time since I've looked at what the Amberbach recipe is. But, and see, Tommy, the part of what you're dealing with even with the Bud Light is, again, put in a barrel, a keg, it's settled, right? Whereas with the bottling, think of the bottles going by, they're filling up, there's a lot of jostling, all of that lets air get in. I know they try very hard to have no air get in, but all that, it does get in.
Yeah.
And some craft brewers, I know Sierra Nevada does this, and I don't think Stone does it, but some craft brewers take the trying to keep oxygen out of the entire brewing process until you pitch your yeast. They actually use nitrogen gas. They'll fill the grain comes into a chute, and they actually use nitrogen because the gas pumped up through it into where they take the malted grain and crush it to keep. This is why you don't splash your water. A lot of home brewers will argue with me over it. I'm like, no, look, every time you're entering oxygen, it does not boil out. It does not settle out. You don't want it until you pitch your yeast. And so after that is the same truth. And so all of that jostling, and so now some like Guinness, for instance, depending if you get what kind of bottle you get, if you get it in a can, you get it in draft, it's actually slightly different recipes, and that's part of it too. And the old style bottle, not the bottle with the widget, Guinness Extra Stout, usually it's labeled, that is a recipe specifically made to then travel a long way. And so if you get it fresher, it tastes very different to regular Guinness. See, like I said, Prime, there's even more. I could just go.
Oh, I know, I'm sure. It sounds like you're truncating the information for
it is,
the,
but it's chemistry. It really just comes down to the interactions with the environment and everything else.
Okay, but, Walter White.
Yeah, but the oak barrels are supposed to be not the beechwood nonsense and not the glass lined barrels of old Latrobe and all that other BS. That's, this is also why bourbon's put in oak barrels. There's something about that wood that just really likes alcohol.
Oh yeah.
So
everybody tried Devil's Cut?
No.
Devil's Cut? No. What? I never heard. Is that in a whiskey?
Yeah, it's Jack Daniel's Devil's Cut.
Yeah.
Again, Jack Daniels.
Well, have you guys ever had Gentleman Jack? Isn't that like $200 a bottle or something?
I've had it.
Dude, it's like $30.
Oh, I thought they had a high end.
But it's a special edition.
Yeah, like Tommy said, it's a special edition. But I mean, like the Gentleman Jack is okay, but the thing with Jack Daniels is it just got all the marketing. You can get a better bourbon by all means.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's the image.
Yeah. So like what I sent you guys. I'm sorry, this shit had me dying. It's called Ugly Dog. It's just a rum, but it looks like Peanut, my dog. Like I'm like, okay, that's fucking funny. It looks like one of the wiener dogs. I'm like, okay. And I sent you guys the picture. Well, I mean, Seth and Tommy got it anyway. But it's just a rum.
The Kraken. Oh, that's good stuff.
Kraken.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Dark rum, man. I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah. But this is just a white rum. So I did this one. I've got my spice and my dark. Yes, the one you have is very good. There was one. I can't remember the name of it. I almost picked it up. I think it was black something or other. It's got a chick on it, and it looked pretty good. It was a spiced rum. But yeah, like I like my rum and cokes, man. Don't get me wrong. But I couldn't pass that up, dude. Come on, Ugly Dog. For fuck's sake.
By the novelty of the bottle and just it looks good.
Yeah.
And it reminded you of something. So there you go.
I mean, hold on. I'll go grab her. Like, there's the picture. And I'll put it down here, and she's sleeping, so she'll probably be pissed at me.
Don't wake her up. Come on.
Where you at? Oh, that's right. She's upstairs. Never mind. I'm not going to go.
Don't go wake her up. It's nighttime.
Seth can share the photo if he feels like it. He's got it. But it does. It looks like our peanut butter wiener dog. Giggity. Peanut butter.
What is it?
You got peanut butter in your
picture I sent you guys.
Like what? What are you guys talking about?
I don't know of any picture.
He's got a picture of my wiener with peanut butter on it. No, my peanut butter wiener dog.
All right, Hunter Biden.
Hey, it wasn't M&M's.
Hey, what's with the CB hat, man? What's going on with that?
That's my dad's because he was
right on
part of the CBs. Yeah,
right on. I was with the CBs.
This was legitimately his hat. He put the pin in it.
What's the battalion? What does it say? NMCB? What?
Just CBs. We can, CBs can do it.
Oh, so it's just a general CB. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Just a general. Yeah.
Nice.
What was really fucked up was having to get his discharge papers, which I still didn't get. What I had to get them for didn't matter. When he passed away, like we just paid for the burial and all that, and they're like, "Oh well, Social Security will pay for blah blah blah, but you got to have his discharge papers." That was a fucking nightmare to get, by the way.
Yeah, because it's the government. Thank you.
Yep, it is. But I did get them, but I still don't have his flag or his presidential letter, which I got to hurry up and get done just in case we don't have Trump anymore. I think I talked about this before. I've got the paperwork. I got to finish filling it out and send it in. That's on my to-do list in like the next couple days to get that done and get everything in the mail. Because I have
3 months later.
I have my grandfather's flag, which George Bush Sr., I have the letter from him, from Senior, for my grandfather. And it'd be nice to have President Trump for my father, even though he died in 2016. I wasn't going to get an Obama letter.
Hell no.
No. He was very non-Obama, not because of the color of his skin, just because of his politics.
Dude, you don't have to say it. He just didn't like the guy. The guy was a piece of shit. Sorry,
Exactly.
says mom.
Yeah, sorry, says mom. But yeah, people that are racist, it had nothing to do with the fact he was black. It had everything to do with the fact he didn't believe in his politics and the shit that he did to this country.
Hey, Adam, you know he was half white too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
But they don't claim that. Remember, he's only black. He's the blackie of the group.
Nah, don't fall for the sniop.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Them
susceptible
scions,
susceptible to the negative influences of others. Sniop,
right.
other people.
All right, let's see. All right, let's get it. Where's
Giggity.
okay. So we're gonna try this. There's peanut butter. Okay.
Oh.
Hey,
All right, now hold on.
Hey, send me that, man. I want that one.
all right.
That's
So
awesome.
we got peanut butter here. Thank you. So there's peanut butter, and there's the bottle.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like legitimately, it's not like me making a joke. That was why I bought the bottle. It looked like
Because one of them was Shih Tzu. Is that what breed?
she is a wire wiener dog, 110%
Wire wiener dog.
from
Okay.
the UK. She's
Bring
a
those up
wire
again.
wiener from the United Kingdom that we've got here, and that's just what a wire wiener looks like. Giggity. My wiener's wiry, ladies.
Oh my gosh, you've been drinking too much of the ale, my brother.
Nah, not at all. I'm good. I've had 2 beers and that one little can of tea, and it was pretty good.
You're a cheap
I'm happy
date.
with that tea. And my ugly dog. I'm sorry, that shit had me dying. Ugly dog. Come on.
You know that's an wolfhound, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not a dog.
No, I mean, it almost damn near looks more like a Scotty dog on there. But I was like, you know what? I don't care. The fact that it says ugly dog.
I'm
fucking
messing
buying
with
it.
you, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Marketing done at its best, man. Me
They
saying,
got you. They got you.
and if you're going to go for a cheaper whiskey,
Is
that's
that
why you go for
around?
a black label, good, decent bourbon that you can drink. It's 12 years old. It's not too expensive. It's pretty tasty. Or I myself am a big Jameson fan.
Check
Being
out
that I
a
am
book.
American Irish.
Check out a book if you got Audible, or if you want to get the Kindle version. It's called Codename Johnny Walker. It's about a Iraqi interpreter that was in, obviously in Iraq, working with
Yeah.
the SEALs. That's my bro. I was with him in Iraq, and he's one of the most loyal dudes around.
See, look, my wiener gets to places. He's been with Jason Mewes.
That's
he's
true.
infamous. Or infamous, if you will, if you've ever watched, Three Amigos.
Yes.
And I bet Seth is looking at me like, what the fuck is Three Amigos? No, that would be Tommy. What is Three Amigos?
Hey, leave Tommy alone.
No, never. I am here just to bust
Leave
Tommy
him
balls 'cause I
alone.
love Tommy. He's funnier than shit.
He's an overlaid genius.
Yeah.
I love it when he mispronounces shit. It's Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was it. That was what I was
Jesus.
thinking about.
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Well,
Darth Vader.
I'm kind of the nerd of the family. So
Huh.
my problem is I never grew up talking to people about the stuff I watch on TV and stuff like that. My wife's not into it. My kids, they're into Fortnite. They're into the new cartoon Star Wars, not the old ones. So it's kind of hard. I've never had to really pronounce the words.
Tommy, it's okay. Like, I mean, I'm picking with love when I pick
Oh, I
on you.
know.
I mean, it's but it's always fun to listen to you redneck a fucking word, and I don't mean it with disrespect. I mean it with love, man. Like I love listening. Like when we were talking about McRibs the other day, like I ain't had one in years. I'm like, I try to get a McRib every year. They're fucking garbage. But at the end of the day, it's McDonald's. It's all garbage.
It's the McLib. You got to get the McLib.
Damn right. I mean, my wife went to McDonald's and spent $55. I don't know how you spent $55 at McDonald's, but my wife fucking managed. And I can tell you, technically, literally, I can tell you how. It's called, look, this is how it's done. 4 McRibs, 4 double cheeseburgers, chicken and nuggets. Hell yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It took me a second.
Nice. Molasses.
That's like baby oil. Where's baby oil really come from? Baby powder?
Well, that's what the mole sauce is made out of. The rest of the mole.
The
Yeah,
mole,
sauce.
yep.
Yeah.
Mole.
Yeah. Sorry, Seth's mom. I feel like we owe her an apology for some reason because I'm
Well,
sure.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you
we-
guys want to keep going, but I'm about to run out of gas.
Yeah, me too. I'm starting to
Yeah.
get there.
I am too. I was thinking about just we can still continue stay on here and BS if y'all want to, but I'm thinking about calling it a night.
Yeah, we've done
For the
stream
stream.
for like how much 3 hours.
Yeah, it's been a long one. So
Guess what
But a
she
fun
said?
one.
Giggity.
yeah, it has been really
Something's
good.
woken
Very,
up,
very a lot of
Super
talkative.
fans' dogs. Gee whiz, they were quiet till.
That's okay, but when I so like when I did this, so that's Little Miss, and Little Miss, oh shit, where'd it go? This is who's barking at you right now. That's just one dog.
Small
Out of
dog,
18.
big lungs.
Mm-hmm.
That's Frank's daughter. She's like, yo, bitches, I'm here. I want to be on the show.
What's her name?
Little Miss.
Little Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Little Miss is getting a little out of control there.
Yeah. She's just saying, hey, I got something to say, and I'm going to make you hear me whether you want to or not.
Coo. It's about that time.
All right, y'all. See you later, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope land.
Check us out for
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Check us out for coffee and gaming at 6:30
Oh yeah, tomorrow
a.m.,
morning, 6:45
6:45 in the a.m.
ish.
ish.
Let me
We'll
do it
have an
fast.
Australian on there that's really, really talkative.
Yeah.
Jazz
y'all.
hands.
Actually, we need to get the two Adams on a stream together.
Adam. 2 Adams. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's David. Never mind. Sorry.
And
I should have had a V8.
action.
You should